Hey everybody, this is Encounters, the early edition. Kind of early. It's 10:34. Usually it's 11 o'clock when I'm on here. Welcome back. Happy New Year's, everybody. Commander's been taking a little break since New Year's, a well-deserved break. You know, matter of fact, it's the way it should be. Got to take a break once in a while. So New Year's, we took a break. Chesno, good to see you. I know a lot of people saying, "Where's the commander? How come he hasn't been on since New Year's?" You know, well, even an ET needs to take a break with Earth-based energies because last year was pretty intense, and this year is going to be even more intense in a different way. So we're here. I've been monitoring, looking at different TikToks very quietly. And hey, Courtney, good to see you. Peace, love, and light, Marinee, Jan R, everybody. Much love to everybody coming in here. We appreciate the hearts and all the gifts. Hope you all had a wonderful New Year's. We just energetically had to take a nice little break. And as I was watching a lot of TikTok very quietly through the New Year's, didn't see a lot of really definitive information. I said, man, I just got to take it easy here, regenerate for 2024. And that's exactly what the ET did here. So, hey, Laugh, I told you us not to worry when you don't show up. So I assumed you just needed a break. Yep, we just needed a break. I've been hitting it pretty heavy last year on here. So, Clifford, thank you. I missed all of you. Hi, Commander Love Light. Welcome back. Happy 2024. Love all. Good to see you. Teresa, Southern Crusader, all the new people, Samurai, Chris Moore. Hey, Judy Bowman. Good to see you as well. Yeah, I felt the energies of people missing me. Believe me, I just needed that really couple of good days to just not be on any kind of media for a little bit. Although I did my show on Sunday morning. But yeah, Happy New Year, Deborah. Third Eye, good to see you. Teresa. So I've been laying back a little bit. I got on TikTok this morning with somebody that was really cool, and they asked me a question about Planet Narubu, and I gave them some information about that. So that was just a little bit of going live on TikTok on somebody else's TikTok for just a little bit. But tonight we're back with the show. Lots to talk about. I posted some new spaceship videos on the Ashtar, my main profile page, the Ashtar page, with all the videos. Friday night, I have to get in touch with John. I know he's probably been resting as well. And I actually ordered a copper pyramid tonight. So it's not like a big, huge pyramid, but I ordered a copper pyramid that I'll be using next to the radio I got for Contact with Godico. And so that should be coming January 6th. I'll use it the following Friday for contact with the radio frequencies. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of stuff getting ready to happen here. I also, as I was watching some of these TikTok pre-recorded videos people are making about something in Florida, so much misinformation and stuff that is scare-based, which I don't quite understand, but creators will be creators. And because I'm a news person and my background was studying news media and journalism, if anything is posted, it has to be factual. The source has to be there. The information has to be correct. And a lot of times people are taking things out of context and using it for the end of times and all this other baloney that is totally not happening, not on this planet. So I just want to make that clear. Yeah, I'm really excited to be back. I appreciate all. Hey, Ariane in Israel, good to have you with us. Hope things are going good. Wisdom Keeper, TJ, everybody coming in here. Please, we want to get up to about 100,000 likes tonight. I started early, so we should be able to do that. Yes, CJ, true. Space beings never liked anything we do with nuclear weapons. And good case in point is in the 1960s, they shut down a lot of nuclear facilities in the United States and other countries that had nuclear weapons during the Cold War. They shut them right down. Some factual history for those that weren't around in the 60s. See, the commander grew up in that period, so I understand the galactic history of that whole thing. My TikTok was a mess. Hey, it's good to see everybody here. Cinderella, JC Light. So for those who are new to my show, I'm Commander Alian. You've heard about the most talked about spiritual UFO talk show on social media. This is it. This is an actual talk show. There's not many of these here on TikTok like this, so to speak. There are a few focused on the subject, but not a talk show format like this. Okay. I started here late last year by some friends who kind of pushed me to get on TikTok. And I said, wait a minute, I'm on the radio. I did the YouTube thing. Should I do the TikTok thing? And it was the best thing I've ever done is to come on here. I really do believe it. And I'm just really psyched for this year. I also have quietly contacted our former DOD person who was connecting with us. And I put out a Happy New Year to her. And I'm hoping that she'll have time to reconsider, just think about coming back and sharing information that's top secret. I don't expect anything, but I threw out the hand out there to her, and we'll see what happens. That's all you can ask for. And whether or not we do get any information directly from her anymore or not, I get my own information, and it's pretty right on. Hey, what Linda wants. Good to see you. Good evening. Love to everybody out there. It's good to see everybody coming in here. Please share with people that you feel will be open to our show. And please, hey, Anthony, everybody, please tap on the screen. We can get up to 100,000 likes tonight. That's what we want to do. We're at 4,800. It's early yet. I want to make it happen. That means everybody get activated, motivated. You know how I am. When I'm on here, I'm activated, motivated, and energy is going to go all over the place. Unlike other TikToks, I'm going to throw out positive energy to you. You're going to feel stuff going through your body saying, oh, I got a tingling sensation. The commander's sending some positive energy from the higher frequencies. Hey, Cheryl, I didn't see your question. I have to go backwards. Hey, hello, Teresa. Abracadabra, good evening. Okay, Patrick, greetings from, Texas. Good to have you with us. Let's see. What is the question you had? I'm not saying the question. I'm going backwards for the question. Yes, when TV got hacked, 969, let's see here. Who else we got going here? The True White Bear. I think it's the True White Bear. We're going to be, getting interviews on here in just a little bit. We will definitely be doing so. So everyone get comfortable, take a seat. Our studios are big. We have plenty of room, Precious. Good evening. And, we will definitely, if you don't have over 1,000 or over 200 followers, we'll get your questions. You can ask me questions regarding things that are happening. And I am starting to get people sending me video footage. The Crypto Brothers, thank you, brother, for your commitment. Thank you. We appreciate that. And let's see here. I've had encounters in Minnesota. Interesting. Let me see. You're in Minnesota? Well, Minnesota, you've only got 5 followers. Everybody follow MN Most Hated. He says he's gotten encounters there, but we have to get him up to at least 200 so we can get people to start following you. Hey, Skip to Grace. Good to have you with us. Total Recall, Shamanana. You'd never... Okay. It's Fire something, Love 4. You never answered me. Well, I don't even know what the question was. Bring the question on so I can actually see it. People say I didn't answer them. Give me your question and I will try to focus as I'm saying hello to people. Repeat your question. Oh yeah, I took a break. During New Year's. I took a nice break, which I deserved for myself. And when you're doing cosmic work and spiritual work and doing all this and media stuff, you put your energy out there. And sometimes you've got to just take a break and re-center, Oh, close UFO encounter next to my hotel window. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Anna. So now I'm ready for a whole year of shooting higher frequency out on my show to everywhere. That's what we do. When I get on here, now, matter of fact, I'm going to do this right now. I asked the Ashtar Command to put a ring of protection within radius. Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much for that. I want to put a protection around every single being that is watching around the world on my show. I want to also put a protection and make sure my ship is at least 10,000 feet above my location. One of my ships, the main ship, is at least 10,000 feet above the atmosphere where I am. So we have a ship here. I'm sending radiant energy all over the world now. I've decided we're just going to blast everybody with light energy right now on the show. I don't care where you are, who you are, or what you are. You're going to feel something. And if you don't feel something, then we need to open you up a little bit there, you know? Now, it's all about transformation, activation, motivation, galactic understanding. That's what it's about. We just have to blast it out there. There's no and one of the things I've learned coming to this planet needs a lot of light. And where there isn't light or mixed energies, you need to blast it out and clear it up. That's the way I do it. Just blast it out and clear it up. So welcome to Encounters. This is a show, actual talk show that deals with people's visitations, disclosure, positive possible UFO or spaceship sightings. We all love to hear your stories. If you have 200 or more followers, we'll interview on the show. We don't do any debates here. We don't do any sports things here. We don't do any battles here. We're not that kind of a thing on TikTok. We're really here to have in-depth discussions and come to understandings about people's experiences. Hey, Jay Niner, good to see you. And I think this year is going to be a year of more contact. I've been thinking about Godico a lot on my time not being on here, and hoping that Friday night we'll have a good contact with our space brother on his ship. Hey, Sprites. I was really thinking a lot about him and thinking how we as human beings on Earth will treat their people on their ship and their planetary system. And I've come in great meditation to understand that the human race needs to be, what's the word? The human race needs to be compassionate. A lot of times on this planet, we lack compassion for others that are not from here or different from us. And sometimes when we think we have compassion, we don't. Compassion is not just a word. Love is not just a word. It has to be an action. Compassion can't just be a word. It has to be an action. So now that we're going to be coming together with our space brothers pretty soon, more than you know, how are we as a planetary system called Earth going to interact individually and collectively with those from other worlds? How are we going to perceive? How are we going to what's the Earth word? How are we going to proceed to act once we get together? Okay. All right, that's right. I hope we don't act with fear. I hope you're right. Now, granted, hey, Mercury Man, how's it going in Vermont, my own stopping grounds? Hey, Shaw Milton. So the question is really important. As I was meditating the last few days, thinking about contact that we've had so far with Godico as an example. How will we act when the time comes when physical contact arrives? Are we going to be the loving people that we say we are in words? Or are we going to be the loving people that we say we are when they meet us, when that time comes? I also understand, I sense it very strongly now, that there are powers within various governments that wish to prevent contact. You know this, and I know this to be true. Habib, so my question doesn't have answers. I'll get to your question. I'll get to questions in a minute. But it's really important to understand that there are people in high places, and some of them might be monitoring this show, that wish to see nothing more than a complete blackout, a complete control for the next 70 to 100 years on Earth, time and space, of no contact. There are those in power that want to control the narrative. There are those in powerful places in media around the world that want to control what is broadcasted to people around the planet when such contact is going to happen. Okay? So I'm downloaded information, so I'm giving you this information while it's in my thoughts here. I must give you this information so I don't lose the information, but it'll be recorded on here. Hey, Johnny Miller, good to see you. Vegas Star, good evening. Many of you understand what's happening now. We're at the crossroads. We're definitely at the crossroads right now. It's no longer every year thinking and wishing and hoping and wondering. No more are we wondering, wishing, and waiting. Right? So I came out of my meditations for the last few days with family and friends and said, tonight when I go on here, I have to speak. There's just too much garbage out there. So I need to bring centered back to the energy of what's real. Teresa, yes. What's real is, as much as these powers in media and other forms wish to control what's coming, they have no control. And if they're listening to my show here, which I know they probably do, they will understand that no one here is afraid anymore. No one is afraid anymore. Everyone is here to stand up in the light that they are, not just as human beings, but as citizens of planet Earth that are ready to make contact. You can't stop it. You won't stop it. It's going to happen. And even those that are deceivers on social media platforms, whether it be YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, there will be those deceivers that will try to get you fear-based and have you believe other things will happen that are negative. Understand, don't believe those people. Don't watch their TikTok recordings or YouTube recordings or Facebook recordings. Go within your own center of your own consciousness and realize the truth is not from somebody else's fear-based recordings. The truth lies within you, always. Always within you. And that's why we're here, right? That's why we're here doing this show, to bust the matrix, to bust the fearmongers, to bust those who want you to be in control of you through their religions, their agendas. Join my religion, join this religion, join my politics, join this politics, fight over this. All those things are illusions. All those things are diversions from the cosmic. They all are. They're all earth-based illusions to keep people controlled on this planet. And I do have my apple cider. I've got a whole gallon of it, which I'm not drinking tonight, but I do have a glass of apple cider. So the commander is renewed. I'm on fire, and there's nothing that can stop us. Now, as you can see, I said there's nothing that can stop us. Nothing that can stop us. It's not just about me. I am you, you are me, I am you, you are me. Understand what I'm saying? We are all each other, you see. We're all each other. Yes. Oh, that's interesting. My TV just went on by itself. Oh, that's very interesting. My TV just did some things by itself just now. I didn't even touch the TV. It went on by itself. This is getting very strange. Ah, that's really weird. I'm sorry about that. I'm just looking at the TV screen in front of me. It actually was turned off and it went on by itself. Huh. Here we go again. And I'm not saying anything's happening here. I just saw the TV go on by itself. Yep. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tell the TV to do something. And then it happens. And then I'm going to start, what's going on here? Um, I'm going to shut it off and see what happens. All right. Very good idea. I just shut it off. We'll see if it goes back on again. If it stays off, then the TV wasn't totally turned off, I don't think. But if it goes back on, then we'll see. I'm not getting too fixated on that. I think it might not have been turned off all the way. Yeah, it's a Vizio, or whatever you call those things. But they'd be watching you. Yes, they could be. I've been thinking that Godico could broadcast visually through the TV set. I just wanted to say I ordered a pyramid tonight earlier. Actually, I'm getting a copper pyramid that's going next to the radio. I won't have that in time for Friday night, but the following Friday I will. I'm also getting another copper generated powerful thing with a pyramid that will be coming in February. They can come through the TV set if they wish to, yes. So I don't have the radio on here, but I do have the radio here for contact. I might turn it on a little bit later to see if on the 640 or 639 AM frequency, if Godico comes through, but we don't have a planned activity for Godico tonight, so I don't control what they do in space. So who am I to tell them when they're coming through? They might just come in whenever they want to. Here I am thinking, I can control I can tell them what to do on that spaceship. No, I can't. They're probably laughing right now and saying, Commander, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So I love to see that everyone's here. We want to get up to 100,000 likes tonight. I have a goal. The one thing about me is, when I came to this planet, when I got old enough to realize it, I have a galactic goal all the time. I always have a goal to reach a certain plateau of something. I want to reach that goal. Because if I have a goal, I want to reach it. That's exciting. We all should have cosmic goals that we want to do while we're on this planet, right? Anyway. Yes, they will contact in many different techniques. Absolutely. Cheryl Barron, good to see you. They like elemental rocks as well, especially mica rocks. Interesting. Connoisseur, welcome to the show. I've been a tapping. Good, Teresa. We need to get all 136 people tapping to get us up to 100,000. See, I want to get people motivated. When I have my workshops, I motivate everybody in the room. Just think if you're all in the same room with me, you'd be jumping up and down. You'd be so motivated. Hey, Christina, do you remember your past life? I remember my life before Earth, Christina. Yes, I came from Mars. So it's not really a past life. Well, kind of, but not really past. I came here from Mars in this human form. And I'm also working with a thing called Ashtar Galactic Command, which I've been working for or with before there was any internet or cell phones and anybody even knew about it. So I've been working directly on that level for a lot of years. I'm a conduit. I'm also a telepathic communicator and a contactee. So I have many different chapters to my biography here, depending which chapter you choose to ask me about. Hey, Divine Light Code, we'll see you later. Family time, we understand. Bean, good to have you with us. Ada, Java, Terry Carr. It's just good to have everybody with you. We appreciate everything. We're at 25,000. We're going to get up to 100,000, and I want to do that before 12:30 a.m. We're going to go to 12:30 in the morning tonight. We're going to go to 12:30 a.m., so I hope to have over 100,000 by then, and that means everybody being motivated here. We're going to do interviews with people in just a little bit here. I'm just so excited about getting these copper pyramid. The copper pyramid, When John Connors used copper, he put a copper thing over one of his radios. It seems something with the copper affected the transmission and reception ability of our friends in space. The copper really brought them in a lot clearer. I'm going to bring Grace on here. I think she's on planet Earth. If she's available to come on screen, Grace, take your time. I'm just pressing you on there out of the blue moon. But you're watching the show here called Encounters, Contact Show. And I'm the man from Mars, Commander Alion, here on Uniform. We have Grace. She's on planet Earth. Hey, Grace.
Hey, how's it going?
We're feeling pretty good. It's funny how, the weekend I was a little bit, my energy was so, like, something happened. I had to really rest. I was taking it easy. I wasn't feeling 100%. But my night and tonight,
Okay.
I'm feeling good.
I'm glad. I'm glad you did that. I think that we all needed to do that a little bit.
Yeah, too much, too much, too much.
Hey guys, how are ya? Thanks you for the greetings in the chat. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hope
Teresa's saying
everyone had
reset. Yeah, we had a reset. Yeah.
yeah, it's a great idea. I think we all needed that. I hope everyone had a very happy beginnings to this new year. And that we all have good intentions for the coming year. Hey, everybody. So, funny, I wrote in the chat that I noticed, well, I've been watching the news, I got you guys, I always watch the space news. And
Mm.
so, there, a lot of Mars has been in the news quite a bit, over
Yeah, I
the
haven't been watching too much about the space news. Tell us about Mars, what they're telling you,
Yeah, there's
what the news is telling you.
a lot of stuff going on in Mars. So, and funny enough, I have my copper
Oh
orgone
yeah,
with me.
Oregon. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a nice one. I have two of them, and I usually have them around, so pretty close. This is a
Oh,
new.
those are nice.
This is a new one.
Oh, I like that, Grace. That's really nice.
I just got this from my sister. So this one I had from my daughter, and this one has a like a copper core right in there.
Yeah.
See that?
CJ says it looks like a ship. One of them.
It doesn't it? They do.
Yeah.
They look like they could be traveling. Absolutely. This
Yeah.
one
You're trying
especially.
pyramid ships from outer space. Yeah.
This one's got the quartz crystal with the copper.
Oh, look at that. Very nice, Grace.
Yeah, this is nice. These are nice pieces. I love these. And this one has the copper wrapped crystal point in
In the
there.
top. Yeah. Now, where'd you get those? Online or did you find them in a shop?
These are gifts. These
Yes.
are gifts. Yeah, my daughter gave this to me for a birthday gift one year. And then my sister just recently gave this to me for my birthday that just
Oh,
passed.
very good.
So now I have two,
Very good, Grace.
which I just
You
love.
got two. You got definitely some amped up crystal energy there.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to have too. Copper, and I'm talking about copper being used with Zydeco. I'm getting this copper pyramid. I found it on all places, Amazon. I kept thinking about copper later today. When I got home, I got a gift card to Amazon, so I went on looking for copper pyramids, and I did. I found copper pyramids. I said, "Wow, this is really cool." So I ordered a copper pyramid, and then this other thing is coming in February. It looks like a spaceship with a clear crystal like pyramid on the top of it, and I'm going to use that when we do radio communications with Zydeco. But the thing I'm going to use with Zydeco is this copper pyramid. It's small, and I'm going to put next to the radio when we're facilitating communications with them on a frequency.
Cool.
You remember how
Cool.
John Connor used the copper cup?
Yeah.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to tape it 10 times higher with a copper pyramid. The thing is solid copper, and
Wow.
copper is used for healing modalities, but we're going to use the copper in conjunction with the radio antenna to communicate with Zydeco.
I have copper wiring, and I've shown you guys before that I wrap copper
Yeah.
around crystal points, and then I put it around wood,
Mm-hmm.
and I plant it into my plants because
Mm.
it collects the energy field around us and brings that energy, harnesses the energy and brings it into the plant. And my plants have done incredibly well with this technology, but I think another experiment I did a while back was I took copper and I kind of created like a grounding field
Yeah.
for my bed, and then I put the
Mm-hmm.
copper wire outside the window and I ground it into the ground.
Yeah.
So I was able to like ground myself and I know that there's all types of gadgets out there now that you can purchase
Yeah.
that are like apparently you can ground yourself right through the electricity in your house, which is
Oh yeah.
blows my mind. It's actually scary a little bit, but and you have to be careful with that kind of thing because you don't want to do that while there's a storm or electrical storm,
Well,
right?
I want to do it while there's a storm, and I can sit outside with a big copper pyramid under it and get electrified. No, I'm just kidding you.
Oh my
Nobody do
God,
that.
that might
Nobody
be
do that.
scary. And
Don't do it.
Commander, I got electrocuted when I was a kid, so
I did
I
too, but not
did
through
you
that.
really?
I'll tell you my story in a minute. I saw also something. Vicky Costner says, I just heard a little while ago. Vicky, whatever you heard, please tell us. But I did get electrocuted. I'll tell you the story. Do you want to tell me your story
Really?
first?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was by like, I was a really curious, I've always been very curious, and experimenting, right? So I guess my mom was out. I was about 6. My mom was out. My dad was watching us. And I took a bobby pin and I stuck it in the outlet of the live outlet in my parents' house and I electrocuted myself.
Okay, so
And
here's how I got electrocuted too. I
yeah.
was a kid. I think I was under. Hey, Vicky, we're gonna get to you in a minute here. I was under 13, and what happened to me is I had a pair of head. These were like braided headsets, like a wire, like with like a plastic headset for a shortwave radio. So I had the brilliant idea of plugging it into the outlet for the electricity, and I started getting electrocuted. I stood there getting electrocuted.
Oh my
I was
God.
getting electrocuted. My whole body was getting electrocuted. And then I don't know how I did it. I thought I wasn't going to be here anymore. I
NASA
don't know what
just
happened.
released a bulletin not long ago
And Vicky, we're going
saying
to get to that.
a
Vicky,
solar storm
Vicky,
is headed
we're
this
going to get
way,
to,
a really
we're
bad
going to,
one, and could knock
we'll
out
get,
internet for a month.
we'll
Oh
get to
yeah.
that in just a minute. I promise you. I just wanted to just finish up the story though. We'll get to that solar storm thing in just a minute. But I ended up again. I was shaking. I was like, things. I started. There was smoke coming out of the plug where you get the electricity, and I almost thought I wasn't going to be here anymore. And this is the 1960s when I was a kid. I ended
Yeah.
up somehow. I don't know how I did it. I pulled and I saved myself from
NASA put out a
basically dying.
bulletin saying a solar storm, a really bad one, is coming tonight and could knock out our internet for a month.
Where is that? Where is that,
Where's
Vicky?
that?
Where is that,
Where's
Vicky?
that? Where's that report?
Where is that,
Where's
Vicky?
that? Where's that report?
Where is that,
Oh,
Vicky?
Vicky's she's feeding back.
Where is that,
Oh,
Vicky?
She's feeding back. Okay, I got to mute her for a minute. She's feeding. What's going on here? Hold on a minute.
Can I come here?
Yeah, you're having a lot of feedback. Vicky, come back in here and we'll bring you back on. Hold on a minute. I had to mute her mic. Vicky, come back in. I'm gonna disconnect you. Come back in again, okay? Because yeah, just
Yeah. So maybe it's part of that storm. So anyhow, I think that's wild that we both had similar experiences because right after that, I had the same similar, like I burned my hand. My hand was all, my finger and my hand were black,
yeah.
and my dad was terrified, and I was okay, but I was shaking.
Yeah.
And after that, I started to astral project, and that's when I started to like my psychic ability kicked in.
Really?
Yeah, right after that,
Interesting.
yeah, I had a lot of, well, I feel like I was ultra sensitive to begin with, but I
Yeah.
feel like that just
Well,
like
that did, yeah, that
rebooted
did
me.
something to you. Third
It
Eye says, I
rebooted it.
shocked myself around the same age, Commander. My whole arm went tense till I broke the connection. See, I almost didn't think I was going to, I don't know why I was thinking it was a smart idea as a kid to plug a pair of headsets for shortwave radio into the socket for a lamp or something.
I'm telling
Whatever
you,
I was thinking, I wasn't thinking, it was like,
I
oh,
think
that's a
it's
good idea. I'm going to
calling
plug
to
it in
you.
there, and now I'm starting to like get electrocuted. I'm standing there
Yeah.
alive, getting electrocuted,
How old
and
were you?
I
How
don't
old were
remember,
you?
but I just wasn't. I don't even think I was thinking about whether I was going to die or not. I was thinking about I'm getting electrocuted. Nobody's here. Everyone's upstairs in the kitchen, and here I am. And then I had to pull the thing, and the smoke was coming out of the outlet. A little bit of smoke, but I made it through it. I must have did something to my body though.
Yeah, because the outlet like popped and it would like it went poof and
Yeah.
like this smoke came out of it
Yeah.
and I felt the jolt go through me. So it was like a little bit of a, as a little kid, so I was maybe, I don't know, weighed 30 pounds or 35 pounds if
Yeah.
you know. And
Habib is asking, why am I called commander? The reason why Habib I'm called commander, it means I'm in command of my own cosmic spirituality. It has nothing to do with the earth-based definition, which people ask me about, like military commander. No, it's a galactic definition, which means I'm in connection, control of my own cosmic spirituality, and in command of myself. Nobody commands me. So that is my answer, Habib, to your question, if you're wondering. And no, but continue on. I think Vicky's going to try to come back on about the NASA thing, and
so
then we have
while
True White
Vicky's
something.
Yeah, so while Vicky's coming back on, there's some info about Mars that I found out that
Yeah.
so there were 12 hours of footage that came back from Mars with cameras that captured during its search mission on on the red planet. So, oh, she's talking. Wait, I'm gonna
I
mute.
guess I hit something I didn't know I hit.
Okay, Vicky, we're going to try to get you on. You were really feeding back earlier. You want to try that again?
You're on the mic. Okay. Can you hear me?
You sound good now. You were feeding back a lot before.
Oh, okay. Let me go back. Thank you, Jasmine. I had to get my granddaughter to show me how to do this. So
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of new at this too,
Oh,
but
no problem. Welcome to the
oh dear.
show.
But yeah, I was watching that news thing about the documents, and all this stuff coming out, and they broke in and was talking about that NASA had put out a bulletin just maybe an hour and a half ago about a solar storm that was going to
Mm-hmm.
be a real bad one, was headed this way this night tonight, and if it gets here and that it's going to do a lot of damage to the internet grid, and we might be off of it for a month. So
Are you serious?
yeah. So
Well, it could happen.
yeah. So I know the sun's been acting up a lot. I've been watching some of my astronomy friends, and they've been telling about how the sun spots and the solar storms and stuff are shooting off the sun right now. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I had
No, don't get out of breath. Relax, take a deep breath, take it easy, relax. You're on encounters.
yeah,
And no, I didn't even know that was happening. I've been out of it for the last few days because the way I felt.
yeah, I hadn't
But
seen you
no,
on lately.
no.
So,
Well, I was on a lot before the New Year's, but then in the New Year's, my energy level was to the point where I needed to just take a break for a few days, and now I'm
oh,
back to the New Year's feeling good. We all
yeah.
have to take breaks, even those of us who come from other planets living on Earth. We need to take a break and regenerate.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just if you don't, and everyone should do that. If you know you're not, in a place where you can do what you need to do, you always need to take a break for yourself because,
Yeah.
you know, and we're back in the new year and everything's good. So there you go.
Yeah, I know. We kind of battled the sickness through Christmas holidays, and
Yeah. Yeah.
They some of them come down with flu, some of them had RSV,
Oh
and
yeah.
got one now that's got COVID. I said, stay away from me. So,
Right. No, there's a lot of stuff going around, so you got to
yeah.
take care of yourself always. Everyone should.
So, but
I'm a firm believer in that.
oh yeah,
Every light worker, every human being, everybody.
yeah. But yeah, it just
But
the
Did
weather's
you
crazy
find
down
that
here.
report? Vicky, can I ask you where you saw that report?
I was listening to the girl that does the World uh, Freedom News. I
World
think
Freedom News. Who's that?
Danny. I
What
think her name is
network was that?
Um, I don't know. Her name's Danny, and I can't. I joined her channel, but I can't. I can't have
Oh, she's
see.
on TikTok. And how
Yeah,
does
she's
she
on
know?
TikTok.
How does she know that? Where's she? And she's getting her information from NASA.
Well, she had her computer running because they're releasing all those documents from the Epstein case and everything. So she was reading them to everybody and going down the list and telling who all was on it and all this stuff. And then all of a
We'll stay away
sudden,
from that.
yeah, all of a sudden she says, "Oh, we just got a breaking thing here from NASA," and then she told about it,
Yeah.
And before she went off, she
So
said it again. So I
yeah.
don't.
So I would put a little light salt on what NASA says is going to happen.
Yeah,
We know our sun. I mean, throwing NASA out of the picture. We all know that last year we had a lot of solar activity from our
hmm,
sun hitting Earth. We had a lot of big solar storms that affected people, and
yeah,
you can absorb all that sun energy, all that solar activity in a very spiritual way in terms of your cellular structure of the body.
yeah,
Now, on a technical scale, people that have radio stations or TV networks and all this stuff, they're going to look and say, oh no, this solar storm is going to knock out our transmitter. Well, that's
yeah,
a very non-spiritual thing. But
mm,
all that energy, if there is a big storm coming, it's an opportunity to absorb, meditate, and take all that energy in to activate and decode and activate your cellular structure of the human body. That is
yeah.
really the more positive aspects of if this solar storm is as they say it's going to be. And I'll have to do my own research here now after the show
Yeah,
regarding. I think everybody should just being sure that all this
yeah.
information is accurate. But
A lot of
again,
times, yeah, you can go on to space weather and it'll tell you
space
what's
weather.
going to happen. The
The space
space
weather is
weather,
more accurate. The satellite
yeah,
weather radar for the sun, that's
yeah.
where you go to see what's happening with the sun.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
have to
that's
try
where
that.
you need to go.
My
Yeah.
phone just beeped at me. It's probably getting ready. I've been listening to things all night. I've been trying to fixing a pot of soup for my grandson, and
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
it's been one thing right after the other today. I tell you, but
No, I gotcha.
you get my age, it's hard to. Oh Lord, I tell you. But anyway, but yeah,
No, we appreciate you very much.
I've been missing y'all, and I keep looking, every little bit and all that. But
Yeah, we were just off since the holidays, and we just
yeah,
needed a break. But it's a new year, so when you're doing this stuff almost every night, you need to take a break for a couple days.
oh yeah, I tell you, I need to take a break from my kids too.
Oh, there you go. And what is that, Grace, that you're showing us?
So that is a rover snapshot of the surface of Mars.
Oh
Oh,
wow, look at that. Those are new pictures, huh?
Yeah,
cool.
isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
That is so cool.
It
My,
almost looks like it shows structures.
yeah,
It
I do
really
want to.
does. It's like they had like masons on Mars or something.
Yeah.
Super. Look at the rock. It's so
Oh,
structured.
Yeah,
yeah.
look at
That's
that. It's
me.
amazing.
Yeah, my little 7-year-old grandson. He's autistic and smart as a whip.
It's
And
beautiful.
ever since he was like 5, yeah. What do you want to be when you grow up, Alex? He said, I'm gonna be an astronaut and I'm going to Mars. I said, okay. And he's still saying that. And I used to go to a lot of sci-fi conventions and stuff. Well, I met 3 of the astronauts there, and I found a picture when I was going through some stuff the other day of the shuttle. And
Hmm.
one of the astronauts was the one that did the jetpack the first time.
Oh,
And
interesting.
anyway, I gave it to him yesterday, and you think I had given him $1 million. So,
Wow,
but he's
interesting.
he's made up his mind. He's going and smart. Oh God, he's so smart in math and everything. You can get that from me though. But So,
Hmm.
oh Lord, but
No,
yeah.
the little ones are very smart. The little
Oh
ones,
yeah.
yes.
And
Yeah.
Loretta,
Hey,
So
Loretta, good to see you.
just saying
Good to
hi
see
to
you.
someone in the chat. Happy New Year, guys.
uh,
Happy New
Yes,
Year.
indeed.
yeah, I hope everybody has a good one. I hope this year is better than any of them in the past. So, you know, but I do thank God every day I get up. At least He's let me live another day. So,
There you go. Well, I appreciate your report about NASA. We'll check into more of that if there is a big
okay.
storm, how
I,
people can use that energy coming from the sun on a
yeah,
spiritual level.
I know
I'm
I go
not too worried
outside and
about
sit in
whether
it.
communications gets knocked out. If it gets
Yeah,
knocked out, it gets knocked out. What people can do now is look at the sun's energy and how you're going to use that to activate the codements in your physical body.
yeah.
There are those that are involved in the codements of the body that know
Mm,
that that sun blast of energy, that electromagnetic storm, could be very well used to tap into positive transformational things within consciousness too. So
yeah.
yeah, thank you for coming on and let us know about that.
Oh, okay. And I'm excited because y'all my first one that I've been able to come on and talk to.
Oh,
So
good. Well, we're glad we're the first one.
I
Well,
must have
you
more
saved
followers than I thought. So
you saved the best for first. So
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah. All
I
right. Well,
switched it around a little bit, but there you are.
yeah. Okay. Well, y'all have a good week, and I'm gonna
You too.
get off
You
here so I
too.
can finish this pot of soup. So
All right, you finish the pot of soup. Have a blessed night, and again, thanks for coming back on Encounters. We're glad to have you with us.
okay. Thank you. Y'all.
All righty, that was our friend Vicky, and we're glad to have everybody here. This is Commander Alian, host of Encounters, and we're back on for 2024 for a full year of Encounters, and we hope you're all having a good day. So if there's been a void for the last few days on TikTok saying there's nothing for me to watch, nowhere to go. People are just eating food on TikTok, selling food, playing games. Where's the real people? So I didn't want to leave you folks hanging. I knew you were out there. I've been quietly getting my energy back over the last few days, and I said, "Oh, I'm looking and looking," and I was even saying to myself, "Where is something I can actually watch?" So we're
Yeah.
glad to be back. We got the whole crew back here, man, and we're just gonna shake things up on this show this year. Yeah, and I have no idea what's going to happen this year. I have no idea who the people are going to be. I'm hoping we get some people that are in government that come forward on our show that have had it and fed up with all the cover-ups that are going on. I think it's time that we make a change and see things happen. Look, we're at 37.9 thousand people. Now, the commander wants to get up to 100,000 likes tonight. We have 145 people. Do the math. And it's not a matter of one or two people keeping tapping their fingers till they fall off. Everybody gets activated here. Everybody taps that screen. We can get up to 100,000. Change begins with you. That's the way I came to Earth. I came here for change, for cosmic change. Not cheap change, not pennies and dimes and nickels, cosmic change. I don't care about the pennies, dimes, and nickels, or even the dollar bills. Give me the cosmic change. That's what I want.
I don't
Trance is
see
doing the four
anything
finger
on.
tap.
I'm looking on space news, and I don't see much
Yeah, see?
about. Yeah, I don't see
If
anything
there's no
about.
if there's no real news and it's coming from TikTok, you
Yeah,
won't see me say anything about a big storm unless I actually can verify it because my background's news. I studied news and journalism in the 70s. I studied how to be a news director and how to ask questions. So it's come from TikTok, and not necessarily from TikTok. It could be good
yeah,
information on TikTok. It could be on YouTube, whatever. It's just that where's the information coming from? Who's presenting it? And
yeah.
that's so we'll look at it after the show. But and you're looking at now, Grace, to see if there's any verified information all over the media. And if there was something big coming, it'd be on every network, even the ones we don't like.
Yeah. I mean, there may be
So
little mini reports, on solar flares, but the last solar flare, I think
thank you, 369.
that was in
Yeah,
December.
yeah,
I think that's just fear tactics. I think people have to be really careful not to like
yeah.
bite off like a piece of the enchilada because it just everything is designed to keep you watching, keep you focused, keep you the
Right.
fear-based stuff especially is can be really dangerous for you. So
As Patrick said, NASA doesn't tell the truth, and NASA doesn't. If
they
there's going to be a
don't.
solar storm, you can go on the solar radar satellite that's on the internet, and you can watch the solar activity from the sun without having to hear it from somebody. If it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. I'm not getting any indications of anything going down, so that's my feeling. That's why I take it with a grain of salt. You know, and if it's coming from another TikToker, I still take it with a grain of salt.
I mean,
That's because
solar
of my
flares
background.
happen all the time. They happen like 3 days ago. We had a
Right.
solar flare. It definitely happens a long time. Periodically
Yeah.
we have been having quite a few. But right now they're talking about Mars. They're talking about their
Mars. The
Mars
Mars thing is
exodus.
interesting. That Grace is talking about. They're talking about Mars. They would love if they really want to talk about Mars, where I come from. There's 10 to 15 million inhabitants on Mars. But let's see what kind of pictures the rover shows you. Is the rover going to show you structures on Mars? Is the rover going to show you people walking around on certain parts of Mars on the surface? Let's see how daring and bold NASA's rover is to be able to show us the people on Mars. Now, wouldn't that be something if we saw the people that live on Mars walking around the surface of Mars, and then we say, oh, yeah, we're going to inhabit Mars? They're not going to show you the people on Mars. They have no intention of. They want to show you structures like Grace is showing. They won't show you the people because
Yeah.
there are people living on Mars. We can't have that. We can't have the Earth population know that there are people that live in a civilized way on Mars, unlike us. They're
I
not
came
going to do
across
that.
a really interesting documentary I wanted to talk to you about.
Hmm.
I watched this documentary the other night on a pilot who experienced, he was flying above, I won't mention names, but he was flying above, doing his usual routine, and he got stuck in like some type of a parallel kind of uh
Reality?
yeah, I guess you could call it a parallel
What kind of
reality.
reality?
Kind of stuck. He got kind of got taken on this flow that took him into a cave, and then it took him into inner earth, and he actually saw like this beautiful landscape of greenery on each side of him while he was flying through. And
Mm,
he continued through, and as he continued through, he saw like a civilization that were like illuminated civilization in inner.
illuminated, yes.
And he continued down, and he started to experience like the energies of them
Hmm.
and of the beings there. And then when he came back out, he no one would believe him, and he was a
Hmm.
famous pilot,
Hmm.
and people basically just poo-pooed, his interaction. But what the message was that the people of inner earth are really really disappointed in the way we are behaving on the planet,
Yes.
and what we're doing to our planet, and
Yes.
the fact that and we're doing it in so many aspects. It's not even just the bigger picture of warfare. It's the garbage that we're throwing into our,
Oh my God.
the poisoning, the
Yep.
food, and the big pharma, big corporations taking over food and
Hmm.
dumbing down food. So it was basically just as again another message being sent to us, being sent to humanity, telling
Right.
us that we need to change our ways.
Right.
Um, and I talk about this all the time, Commander. I always say we may feel so little, in this world because there's things we can't do. But
Hmm.
but if we make certain decisions, like in our lives, like knowing what products to purchase from smaller, family owned and operated companies, right? So, for
Hmm.
instance, if you love dressing for your salad, you could buy Newman's Own. Newman's Own is a family-based operated company that does not have anything to do with big corporation. It's just getting to know these little companies, grocery stores,
Yeah,
huge aisles. And I would say there's probably out of that entire aisle, there's maybe one or two companies that are small family based companies. So
right.
that would be one way, right? Then another way would be to just, go out with a garbage bag and pick the garbage up that you see. Like if
Little things like that on the planet.
you know,
And what you're saying is very true. It's just, and the story you mentioned about the radiant, where they were in another place. Basically, we're talking about the hollow earth, the people on the inner earth. This is the thing, and it transitions into what I'm going to say. It's very well said. The people that live on our planet, on the inner earth, I know there are billions of people on the surface of our planet that don't believe that there are people living within this earth. They think that we are the only ones living here, and that's it. So let the commander set things straight for anybody that doesn't believe that the earth is hollow, that there are civilizations in the earth, that there are people living in the earth, that there aren't advanced structures in the earth, that there aren't any spiritual beings in the earth. Let me break your belief systems from education on earth based schooling. We are a planet of multi dimensional realities. What does that mean? I'm going to kind of share what it means. The fact is, we've been taught that this is only one reality, the surface reality. The surface reality is all the garbage that has been perpetuated for billions of years on this planet, from the Roman Empire to nuclear weapons being used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, to us putting nerve gas into the harbor of New York City, to using nerve gas in the New York subway system to test it on human beings. This is the surface world of our planet Earth. Now, that's the negative part of our surface world that people need to understand. The positive part of our surface world is you, those of you who are here now, those of you who have chosen to wake up to realize that you're not from this world, that you're cosmic beings of light, that you're spiritual people, that you're interested in the subject of other realities beyond Earth, that you're interested in knowing about the origins of where we come from. And the origins of where we come from are not from just this planet. That is the lie that has been perpetuated. Because you have a human family, the origin is you have a mother and father that came from Russia or Poland or China or Scandinavia. That's the biological origin of where you come from. That's the biological place of where you come from. But do
mhm.
you know the galactic origin of where you come from? Very few people do know that. They don't, because you're not taught that, hey, look, you have a biological parents, but I'm your teacher here. I'm going to tell you, thank your parents for being your parents, but you come from the stars. What teacher in school teaches you that you come from outer space? Not one teacher, at least not in the time that I grew up. They don't tell you that. Maybe now there are schools of learning where they talk about this stuff. They weren't there in the 60s. Okay? About the inner earth people, the people that live in the subterranean cities of the inner earth, that Grace is relating to, how they're very sad about what we're doing on the surface. They should be, because they're our brothers and sisters, and they live within the earth. And they also have their own sun, their own atmosphere. I know this is hard to believe for some people, that how could there be an atmosphere and a sun within the inner earth? You're thinking in a 3D belief system. When you get out of the 3D belief system of what you've been taught in science and school, you'll understand that there's multi-dimensional realities, including on planet Earth. Our Earth has many realities. It's not just one reality, it's more than one reality. How many people understand that? Take some notes here, folks. We are
Yeah.
multi-dimensional beings. We have multi-dimensional realities. The Earth is not just one planet. Within the Earth is multi-dimensional spectrums of light, and there are people living within the Earth. There are entrances within the Earth. Why? Because the people within the Earth travel outside the Earth and go back in the Earth. They travel outside in space, come back into space. And if anyone thinks that there's a glass bubble stopping anyone from coming to Earth, that's been another matrix lie that has been perpetuated in science ever since current human history. Oh, we can't get out there because there's this glass imaginary bubble blocking us. Hey, I'm telling you, whoever said that, whoever started that during the internet period, it's not true. If you want to go out into space and you have a spaceship and you know the dynamics of travel into another dimension, you can do it. The only reason why no one can do it in the sense that we don't have that pencil-shaped ship that can break through and go somewhere else is because we're not spiritually at the level of understanding of multidimensional realities. That's why we don't go anywhere. Well, we do, but we don't. You see?
Yeah,
See,
and I
human
feel like
consciousness is not at a multidimensional reality. We're at a limited dimensional reality where we say we can't get anywhere, we can't do this, we can't do that. If you
yeah.
listen to that belief system in your consciousness, then you won't go anywhere.
And I
But if
got
you
an
buzz that,
amazing download this week, Commander. I got a download that was like, well, very simple, but very intense. So I heard that we are already, we always, there's so much talk out there about how we're going to be,
right,
moving into a new dimensional existence, and that some
right,
people are going to be decide not to go, and some people are going to decide to go. Well, this is the deal. This is what I got, and this is what I believe. I want to say so. We're already in that place. I think we have already ascended. We've already ascended to the dimensional place that we need to be. We
hmm
just need to connect to it.
yeah,
We need
yeah.
to
I
connect
mean,
to it. Everybody's going to connect to it at a different time frame. Some may not connect to it at all, and some may connect now. Some may
right,
already get it. And so I feel like, in regarding to space travel and the firmament and all that business, because people are chatting about the firmament,
yeah,
I feel like it's dimensional. It's not about
yeah.
a firmament. It's about bending and warping
Right, warping,
dimensions.
bending. You're right. I mean, the firmament is something I've never ever felt is real. I know some people believe in their heart, like going to church, it's a real thing. It's
Yeah,
all an illusion. It's just a part of the illusion of training from science. Earth-based science says there's a firmament, and there are people on this planet who believe there's this like invisible glass thing that stops us. Nothing can stop you but yourself. If you
yeah.
become fully activated, motivated, and I mean cosmically activated, there's nothing that blocks you. You're not breaking through the glass of Earth to go onto another solar system or galaxy. There's no breaking necessary. All you've got to do is activate all the decodements within your physical
Yeah,
body in
so
order to
you're like,
understand that.
this is a dimension. So, like, imagine this is a dimension, right? So you're taking the dimension and you're folding it,
Mhm.
and you're bending the
Right,
dimension. You're bending and moving space and time. You're
right,
not you're
exactly.
not just going,
You know, I love these
like,
people that say we're like stuck in a glass bubble. We're not stuck anywhere. You're only stuck if you're not able to grow further than where you are.
hey,
That's the
Robin,
only
how
reason
you
why you're
doing,
stuck.
James?
I got James here. I'm bringing James up here.
I just got this puzzle. It's a wooden puzzle. So cute. I did just finished a thousand piece puzzle.
Yeah,
It was crazy. I would stay up late at night trying to figure it out, but it's so good for your brain. When you engage yourself in like activity, creative activity,
right.
your mind can receive. It's like you're engaging the thanks. I love owls too so much.
Yeah.
That's actually that was my native name. Actually,
Hmm.
I had Native American, I'd been given a Native American name, and that was my one part of the name was Owl. So,
Oh.
yeah, it was, yes, I've had to spend time with shamans and Native Americans working on my spirituality, because I live up in a space that there's a lot of Native American
Yeah.
energy up here,
Yeah.
and
There is.
I would have, hey James, I would have experiences where I would be riding my bike on the Mystic River, and I could see, like, I could bend that time and space and
Hmm.
see like emanations of the in Native Americans running through the woods. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was wild. It was wild. It was like, you know how you all of a sudden you'll see a portal in the woods, you'll be in the woods and you don't like you'll see like this doorway open up or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Sort of like what was happening with the Native Americans. Emanations were like showing up. What are you up to,
Yeah.
James?
And speaking of that, we're inviting James here. We're at
Wait, wait, I'm not
49,000.
trying to interrupt.
I'm
I'm not
like,
trying to interrupt you, but I wanted to do an intro. But
Oh.
before I did the intro, you were talking about the firmament, and I was going to come in and saying, "Are y'all trying to say that there's a glass bubble around the Earth that
Oh, that's good.
Elon Musk's rockets can't break through?"
That's right.
Is that what
That's
y'all
right.
are trying to say?
That's what we're trying to
we
say.
got a
That's what we're trying to say right now.
You would think they could figure this out by now.
I think tonight's show requires a good old school commander introduction. Can we do one of those?
Yes, we can do one of those.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we
My
know
I'm gonna
co-host
do one
James
for
is back.
Grace. I'm gonna include Grace too.
Please do.
Yep.
Thank you.
We don't never know what's going to happen here, but we're going to find out. While we're waiting for it to happen, we're at 51,000. I want to get to 100,000 likes tonight. We have 156 people. Everybody tap. Everybody. Tap, tap, tap.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, coming to you from the planet Mars, the one and only Commander Allion. He's the man busting the Matrix, coming to you live from his house in Connecticut with his co-host, our spiritual guru, the greatest artist this side of the East Coast, Mississippi, Skip to Grace. We are here to bring you the truth of encounters. So, come on live, share your stories, share your encounters, and let's get this ramped up. Hit that like button. Let's go!
And welcome to another edition of Encounters. We're just starting our show right now.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Very good. Very, very, very good. And speaking
Yeah,
of the
so
tapping, as
amazing.
James said, I want to get it up to 100,000 tonight, and I want to do that by 12:30. So I want to get everybody tapping. I know there's only a few people tapping. I can tell. Can't hide it.
Oh, he can tell.
I can sense it.
The tappy
Everybody
taps.
taps. We know we're going to get to 100,000. That's our
Yeah,
goal.
we got 55,000 now, guys.
Right.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
we
Linda
appreciate
Lou.
it.
You
We
know
do
I like
appreciate
to
it.
bring the motivation.
Thank you,
You are a
guys.
motivator.
You guys
That's
are
how I do.
awesome.
That's how I do intros at work.
So
Sometimes.
we missed you guys so much. Like I was missing the whole crew, and I was just like,
Oh,
whoa, I don't know if I
people
can
were
handle
reaching out to
this.
me. People were like, "Did Commander get sucked into a portal? Where'd he go?" I'm like,
I
"No, he's
know.
sick.
We were like,
He's
be in
sick."
Arizona.
I felt terrible. I
suck
felt really bad. I
suck.
just wasn't feeling 100%. You know, I felt bad that, you know, I was watching things. That's as much energy as I could muster or whatever you call it. But I was ready to come on tonight, and I felt really good. So
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're better because I was worried a little bit.
yeah, you wouldn't want me on the way I felt before. I would be. It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good.
No,
It's
you don't want to
already-
get a relapse, you know. We hate those things. We hate relapses. You know, it's just we got the protection now.
We do. You know, we all go through it. Each one of us has had our times where we have to just, whatever reason, we have to regenerate our energy. It's just part of what happens, you know.
Thanks
But
for
it's
the
good.
gift,
It's all
guys.
good.
Thanks for the gift.
Matter of fact, speaking of which, I sent a New Year's wish to Amshai. I said, you know, whatever happened last year happened. I said, if you feel that in your way at some point you can come back here and you feel that you want to share, you're always welcome here. And I left that message for her, and that's all one can do, right? You know, you can't force it. You can't make it happen. You just have to just send a a loving wish of Happy New Year's and leave it at that for the moment. That's what I did.
Are you guys familiar with the newest fake news media scare tactic story regarding ETs in Miami?
Oh,
What? Oh
really?
yeah.
Hear
Was
it.
there somebody on today doing some recording of that?
Let's hear it. What's going on?
Yeah,
So
I think I saw a video. Go ahead.
apparently, I don't know. Who knows these days?
If I've seen it, I'll respond to that. Go ahead,
I'll
James.
tell you. I'll tell you. Okay, first off, supposedly two 9-foot beings were seen in Miami, either outside of a mall or next to a mall or by a large mall,
Oh
and
boy.
somebody in the streets saw it and started shooting at it.
Ah!
Okay, and remember, this is Miami we're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Oh
the
boy.
video is from the response to the incident. The response to the incident had over 50 cop cars. They had all of the roads around this
Oh, I saw
place
the video of that. The cop
locked
cars were
down.
everywhere.
Helicopters, military helicopters, everything you could think of. It was like the president was in town.
Right. That's right.
Wow.
I saw the
I
video.
even looked it up to see if like Trump was in Miami or
No,
a
he wasn't.
politician was down there. And it
Nope.
wasn't. It wasn't. It was at nighttime. It was in the middle of the night.
I saw the
Not
video.
the
Yep.
middle of the night, but at the end of the
So
night.
somebody
Hmm.
claimed that it was an ET and people were
Two of
shooting at
them.
it.
People saw a 9-foot being, right, Susan, like a hologram.
Interest of a
That they saw a
hologram.
9-foot being
Yeah.
and they shot at it. And gosh, if it was going to happen in any city, it's going to
Right.
happen in
And
Miami.
that goes to, if it's true, and I did see the video, it was on TikTok. Somebody was had commentary on it. They showed the video of all these cop
Mhm.
cars in Miami, and they were making a video that was kind of not true because their video was like about zombies. I said, now you're going on a now
Okay,
someone's
well,
taking it.
wait. I'm gonna stop you right there because there is something else weird coincided with this sighting.
Okay.
Doctors in Miami are receiving patients over the past 3 days that have these symptoms that they've never seen. It's not the flu, it's not COVID, but they got water on the lungs and intense swelling of the ankles.
That's
Hmm.
weird. Well, that's
And
weird.
it happened, and the first 3 cases were at the hospital right across from the mall where the ETs were seen.
Right.
Oh
So
boy.
maybe the human body is reacting to their
I don't
energy.
know.
We don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know.
We don't know. And
Who
I don't want
knows
to make
these
any
things,
judgment
right?
calls here about
Yeah.
the ETs because we really don't know who these ETs are. So
Sounds
we as human beings have to be really
malevolent,
careful here.
malevolent. You know, it
You
doesn't
know,
sound good. It sounds
No,
y-
yeah,
negative.
it's a real fear-based story. But I mean, aside from the fact that if whatever happened, there was a shooting, which is tragic.
Hmm. Oh
Um,
yeah.
the response, what messes with me is the response to it. The response to whatever happened was tremendous. It really was, as far as police and military
yeah,
presence goes.
Wow. Yeah, and you
yeah.
know
You
what?
know,
The fact that people right away came out shooting
yeah.
is
See,
what's so frightening and so telling, you know, about our society and about our,
yes, again.
you know, we
You know,
just
this is a
talked about this.
we talked about, and I've stated this before in my messages here. You know, if the ETs that were there, if they showed themselves up on purpose, they didn't know how people, if they know about the human population, if this 9 foot tall or one or two of these beings or space people started, okay, we're going to walk around, not thinking, oh, we're going to get shot. This just shows you about the human nature of people on Earth. Again,
I don't think I don't think that there's any being in the universe that doesn't know that the humans are a savage race.
I know they don't, I
Absolutely.
know they're sure of that. But the fact that these particular beings were bold enough to actually do something like that, that's taking a big chance. They did. They got shot at. It shows that we're not like that, of course, but there are humans out there that are actually, it's based on fear. It's based on watching Hollywood movies. It's based on a lot of things. and it's a
Yeah.
problem. And this is where I say, when Gadaco comes to communicate with us on here, even I say to people, how are you going to how are you going to respond to my friend Gadaco, who I've communicated with? I've got 2-minute clips. You can watch. Everything I've said is real. How are you going to communicate with him the day they want to land the ship and take us aboard their ship, a group of us? Are you going to start shooting at their spaceship? Or are you going to be allowing us to have the communications to go on their ship without being shot at? What are you
Yeah.
going to do?
Right.
We're gonna
Because that's
talk.
going that
We're
day's
gonna
coming.
talk like this with peace with our hands. Hey,
That day's coming.
did you get my text about
Oh, that's
about
pretty.
your oh wow, look at that.
So
About your
pretty.
communication at home?
Oh, with Gadaco?
Yes.
I don't think I got it. When did you send that?
Oh man, right after you texted me earlier,
Oh, I
I,
didn't. I went off.
I shot
I
you a
had dinner.
text.
I'll have to look at that.
Okay, so I'm going to share a story because I didn't think that Commander was coming on tonight. So I
Thank you,
sent him a
Deborah.
text. And for those that don't know, Commander is unlocked from his phone. I believe he uses a flip phone to communicate with people. I will believe that because getting
Oh,
text
you
from
had to give you had to
Commander,
give it away, did you? Oh my! All
getting
these
text from
20.
Commander is like
I have
you
a
might as
Star
well
Trek
get a
flip
That's a
phone, and
message.
it
right,
still
though. That's a
works.
right.
I'm using a Star
Yeah,
Trek
for
flip phone
real.
from Motorola 40 years ago. I got one of those. Yeah, I'm using it. Yes.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, the phone is freaky. All you have to do is ping
So
something.
Thank you, Transcending, for resubscribing. We appreciate it.
so
Hey, I'm gonna get some
I thought
water.
that the
I'm gonna be right
commander
back, guys. I'm gonna
I
get
thought
Okay.
that the commander was gonna be out for the count tonight. So what I texted you, sir, was while you are, and this is some spiritual guidance for you to enrich your contact because I've received a message of delineation for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What does the commander always talk about? Commander always talks about Christ consciousness. Okay. And I was just in Alien T's live talking about it, and I'm going to talk about it in your live for you.
Mm-hmm.
In the word consciousness, Christ consciousness means what? It means to be aware or awake
Mm-hmm.
of your surroundings, correct?
Correct.
So the Christ consciousness, being aware of that Christed energy. But remember, we're using human words created by humans, Commander. And
Yes.
what is let's get into entomology. What
Entomology.
is the root word of the word consciousness? The word conscious. Okay?
Yes.
So if consciousness is being aware of your surroundings
Mm-hmm.
and all of that, what
Yes.
is the definition of conscious? Over here again, it is being aware of your surroundings, but responding to your environment. Okay?
Yes.
So when we talk to leaders and I talk to people, how to better themselves, and we're doing like a coaching
Right.
session,
Right.
we tell them that you have to be present and conscious to your surroundings, but put the action in.
Mm-hmm.
And you have not been putting the action in, sir. And I'm going to call you out in a loving way. that
And
that the universe has told me to tell you that when, like, say the other night you wanted to do a contact on a Friday night,
right.
Commander, did you in your solitude? Now, so this is important. They wanted me to tell you this. The spirit said Commander needs to make contact within his solitude to build the relationship. Commander needs to build the relationship with Godico, and then when the relationship is better in your consciousness, then when you go to bring Godico in, your connection is going to be stronger. Because outside of the live, how much time is Commander consciously putting into having that communication?
Ah, so I do hear what you said. So on a rebuttal from the
Yes.
other political party here in Washington D.C., let's give our rebuttal to the president.
Yes. No, it's a good thing. It's a
No,
good
no,
thing.
no. I hear what you're saying. So there, people don't know this, but I also have quietly communicated in my last few days, and I feel Godico hears me all the time. That I felt okay. Maybe people are not ready for communications. Maybe, and this is my logical mind coming in here. This is the part of me that says, oh yeah, I can make the contact. I can do it. I can put every intention into doing it without a problem. But if people are not ready for the contact or they think it's not real, what do I care? I really don't. But if people aren't ready for the contact, even though they say they are, you know, should Godico spend his time coming through on our planet, talking on here through TikTok or whatever to communicate with people on Earth? So I went through this discussion. I had self discussions that you don't even know about
I
with
know you
myself.
did. I know you did. You've been ruminating on it.
Oh yeah, I've been ruminating on it. So
Yep.
what you're saying, I understand completely, and I have had not debates. I wouldn't call it debates, but self discussions. And we all have to
Oh,
do that.
yeah.
That's how we become better at who we are. We have these discussions, right? I'm sure you do it too, James. I'm sure Grace does. I'm sure everybody does. So I had this discussion. I said, well, yeah, I can bring Godico in here. I can have him communicate. He made the
Right.
communications with me for a purpose and knows
Hmm.
me before I was even here. So my question then is to myself, how are people going to treat the people from that planet communicating through radio frequencies on TikTok?
Right.
You see, that's the thing I was contemplating in my meditations recently, and I did that
And I think
quietly.
that's why it's important that the message was you, Commander, building that relationship
Right,
so that the contact has a pure root.
right. That's right.
Yep.
I don't want it to
Because I
lose the
mean,
roots.
it can happen right now. It
Right,
can
it
happen
could.
right now.
And what you're
So
saying, James, is so true. It could happen right now. The thing is, you know, you know, John Connors is an invisible antenna. I'm an antenna. There's a relationship we have that is meant to be, just the way it's supposed to be. But even John Connors said, Commander, he's over where you are. He's there where you are,
yeah,
which is true.
yeah, yeah. He
What
said
the
it.
truth is, I am the root of the contact, not anybody else.
Yes.
I'm the
You
root.
don't need yes.
I'm the root.
Yes.
No, I hear you, man. I'm not even like questioning it. What you're saying, I appreciate so much because it
Yeah.
validates exactly the thing that you're making me say now, which is I am the root. You see, what happened is when the contact happened and I walked away from that camera the night you were on and I heard the music playing, you told me how my face turned white or whatever.
I think you
I was
did.
so shocked at what happened that I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe what was happening because at that point, I didn't even understand what was going on except for the music. And then all of a sudden the contact started. Then the static started. Then all of a sudden I hear voices. I'm saying, what's going on here? Then I find out that they've been watching me, that we've been connected for before I came to Earth. He was a friend of mine on Mars. He went to school with me or something. Whatever school's
Mhm.
like on Mars, I don't remember anymore. But what you're saying is, Commander, I'm
No,
pushing you to
no.
valid. Just be, remember, you're the one who made the contact. You're the one who has the ability to make the communications, which is true. I can make the communications with Godico tonight, right now, on here if I wanted to. If I wanted to, I can probably do it without a question. That's
Right.
what
And
you're saying.
I think it's important to really understand because I've been really remember when we were
Yeah,
talking about it, and we'll be honest. You there was I did have there's some fear, right? Because I'm human and we have fears,
yeah,
right?
of course.
But within that fear, I still had to put thought into it and really and not thought for me or thought for
Right,
people watching, but it was the thought for Commander. And
right,
oh my God, like Johnny said, the Commander is the key. and this is not anything
No,
on John at all.
no,
But I think that it's important for you to
right.
know that energy, because at first, Commander, it felt like you were pushing a shared contact, and the focus was on you and John's contact and us experiencing the contact, right?
Originally,
But
kind of, yeah.
but the contact is that was the you remember you said there's a magnet, there's an antenna,
A
right?
magnet, yeah.
So John connected you guys, okay? John, but really not really, because Godico came before by
Even John
yourself
said
in the
Godico,
freaking
Godico is
Alexa.
God. Even John
What
admitted
John what
Godico
John
was with
did
me.
was help open
Right,
your mind to the possibility that how to make
right.
3D communication.
So I
Here's
have
what
something
John.
to add, James.
Go
Wait,
ahead, go
hold
ahead,
a second.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So I think, Commander, you need to get into like your grid meditation in your circle and,
yeah.
in private, and you need to like, connect, and then you're going to receive, that. I think that's what James is trying to say.
Yeah, no, I think I understand what James is saying too. No, really, truly,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I went through this meditation the last few days. The
And
things you're
that's what
talking
I'm
about,
trying
I've
to
been
say.
meditating
It's not
about.
even about
Well,
that.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm sorry, Grace. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Commander.
no, I feel like this is part of this is part of the message, in all of this is we have our own way where that we
Right,
communicate, and we're forcing communication in a sense on the platform a little
Right,
bit,
can't do it.
and
Can't
we've got
do
to
it.
be mindful of that. But I think it's
Hmm.
more about the commander connecting to
right.
this and then delivering the
And
information.
then yes, because he needs to have his solitude. Listen, all of the greatest thoughts and all of the greatest actions from the human aspect of it comes from being solitude
Right.
within that moment. Think of it like when Commander finds his inner peace in his meditative
Hmm.
moment. Then when you make that contact, because remember, you Godico's looking at you as the man from Mars on Earth, right? He knows your spirit, he knows you from
He
his
knows me.
past.
Yeah.
He knows you. He knows you. But he doesn't know us. We
Yeah,
don't have a
He doesn't know any
relationship.
of you, really.
insight. So that's
We don't
right.
have that. Now, he knows us in spirit. He
In
does know
spirit,
us
yeah.
in spirit. But the type of contact that you are trying to strive for, Commander, is a different level of contact than what you would like you say. You're not going to see this on CNN, folks.
Right.
This is your
Well, that is true.
individual.
Right.
This is something that it's experimental, right?
Totally.
So
Mhm.
what I think what I wanted to say was that's why you got sick. You got sick to be because you have been go
Constantly going on every
go go
level.
go 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 go. All of this contact, all of this stuff going on,
And
and
just
within
everything
all
in
of it,
general.
it's like a wave just
It's
crashed on
too
you
much for the
because
vessel to
right
handle.
right because
Yeah.
the dude that before contact was the man from Mars who wanted nothing more than to have contact and share it with the world in a peaceful way,
Yeah.
right? So we do manifest things.
We do manifest things.
So
But
And it's go ahead.
within the manifestation, I want you to really think about this and remember, you are the shepherd of that knowledge.
Right.
God was not giving that knowledge or that experience to
Oh, he already knows.
somebody
He
else.
talks to me. He says, Commander, one time he said, shh. He was like, I'm giving information out. He's joking around going, shh.
Well,
what does
and in
what
a
does Kadar
way,
Manka say about it, Commander? What is
Oh,
it?
interesting question. Well, let me also tell you, it's been a full year of being on TikTok, and it's not just Godico. It's just been I've been on pretty constantly, not knowing what I was going to be doing. I came here. I didn't know anybody here. Look at the people I've become family with, like James and you, Grace, and Chasno, and a number of people that have become like family here. And so it's like we can talk to each other and have these conversations because we love each other. If we were, at each other's throats, we'd be tearing the faces off, turning into zombies, eating each other's hair out, and that would be terrible. And you wouldn't want to see that happen in a
And we
heartbeat.
wouldn't
And
be
James has that face, and I'm starting to get scared already. But you can tell that I take everything to heart because when I was meditating, it's just been a full year of nonstop, just interviewing people, all the great stories, and then leading up to this contact. It's a lot of things. So, that a couple of days off is really something I needed to regenerate my energy, to meditate. You've had to take time off. James knows that. Grace, we all have to, because there are times when you have to take a break and say and rethink what you're doing, how you're doing it. Now, and when you've had contact, it shouldn't be a sideshow for anybody. I think Gattiko in my meditations has stated he wants to communicate on this forum. It's just that the question is, where will the respect be? And I'm learning that there are things I'm setting up here because it is coming from here, that when I get the pyramids and stuff that I've just ordered earlier today, these copper pyramids, I was told to get these. It'll help amplify the communications between their ship and where I am here. Now, there are times when Gattiko has been physically right behind me. People say he's standing right there, Commander. I'm looking, and I'm being very honest. I don't see anything. I can't fabricate a story,
Okay.
Oh, James, you don't have your mic on.
You're muted, James.
You muted yourself.
The green screen behind you does funny things, Commander.
It does.
What do you mean?
No. Don't, you can't. You see, when you try to do it, it doesn't
Okay,
work.
I'm not doing anything now.
What
I'm just
happens
sitting
is
here.
sometimes we're talking, you're talking, Grace is talking, whoever,
Right.
and things will happen behind you. Now,
Really?
not from you moving and
Right.
causing it to happen,
Right. Okay.
but sometimes something just pops through there.
Yeah.
And
Is it depending on what we're talking about, or is it just my vibrational pattern?
okay, I can say that as a did you hear
What was
that?
that?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
That was my phone alert telling me that it was like giving you the ding ding ding. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
There's
Ding, ding, ding.
So you've got
Oh,
something
beautiful.
back
You know what?
there.
It's really interesting. I've been
Oh,
listening
that's
tonight
cool,
with my
Alfredo.
earbuds on. I at times heard static coming through our broadcast tonight. Somebody just mentioned it. I didn't say anything, but did anyone throughout the last hour hear any static coming through the program?
Well, I'm going to tell you guys this. I uninstalled and reinstalled my TikTok, and it is working so much smoother and no
good.
interference.
I didn't hear anything actually.
Remember, we're in Mercury retrograde, so.
Friends with Furry says, yes, I did. I was going to say, but I didn't want to interrupt.
And remember, it's important. If you're having issues, just drop out of the live and come back on. One,
Right.
It might clear it up, and B, it helps Commander's algorithm.
And Stella says, we see something, your silhouette on the left, and then something else is on the right behind you only. I don't see it. The money says they sort of, yeah. So a few people says, Jessica says, I've been hearing static and then heard a glitch in Commander's audio. See, I heard static before, but I didn't want to say anything either.
Interesting. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
except
see?
for when that woman came in earlier, Vicky.
Yeah. No, I heard static in the last hour.
Her
On and
whole live was a little bit like reverbing and a lot of static. So I did a CE5 tonight.
Oh, you did?
Ooh.
I did a
Did you make
CE5 tonight.
contact?
I went out to Harkness.
Oh.
A beautiful night. I got kicked out though, because I was in the, it's a remote area and it's like a state park.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do it again. and because there's a nice window of time before the sun sets, like a good chunk of time
Hmm.
where I could do an effective CE5 in the truck
Okay.
and then broadcast.
Well, that'd be interesting.
I went on live. It was fabulous. It was really fabulous. What was
You
so
did a
interesting.
CE5 live and didn't call me beforehand?
I just like was
James
I
is
called.
going
thought
to
we were
take a.
friends.
James is going to come in from Florida to New Haven Tweed Airport,
No,
and
but
you're going
you
to have
can
to pick him up.
transmute energy. You can send energy.
I just to tell you the truth, it was really early. It was around 4 o'clock, and
I was
I
on the
just got
road. I was
called to go
driving.
out there. I was just like, oh my God, I'm just gonna go because I was
Yeah.
doing some errands and I was running a couple errands and I had finished and it was kind of early and the sun was setting. And I was like, I'm gonna go out to the Harkness and
Oh, good.
it's just fabulous. It's fabulous out there and you're right on the water,
Yeah,
but there's no obstruction.
that's
There,
what you need
there's
for C5.
literally
You need that. Yeah,
and
that's
there's
important.
water, there's a straight on plane, so you could see like straight across to the other side of the water. I
Yeah,
think it was, I want to say from where we are, I'm probably looking at
yeah,
Stonington or Fisher's Island or something.
yeah.
But what was so interesting is on the camera, I could see an airplane with my naked eye go across in the distance, but the camera was not picking it up.
Hmm.
And I had people in my live watching, and they could not see the actual airplane, which I was very surprised about. I thought,
Excuse me.
you find that, Commander, when we do the C5s and there's activity that it's not being picked up by the camera, the phone.
Well, the activity will be picked up by the if you have night vision equipment, military grade, it'll pick it up. If you have a regular camera, it might or might not pick it up. Now, remember, a camera lens people, when we're doing C5, like Grace talks, we have our Ashtar Command C5 group here in New England. We have a pretty good group. When we use night vision equipment, military grade, it picks up the spaceships that cannot be seen with the human eye. A camera lens could pick something up because that has no limitation. A human eye might not because it has a limitation based on thought, but the camera lens doesn't. It depends on how clear it is. It depends on what you're looking at. But if you have night vision, third generation night vision equipment, which the military uses, if you have that kind of equipment, you can go out with a group of people on a clear night with intention and learning how to do C5. You can see spaceships that are cloaked in the skies above you.
Now, I feel like there was something there because
Yes.
I was getting this feeling to go out there. And
Yeah.
when that happens, that's how that happened to me at our last CE5 in Madison. We were out there, and that's
Oh,
where I
thank you,
had the
Trans.
encounter with the master healer.
Yeah.
And it was all through like a feeling. It wasn't
Yeah.
even a physical, like uh how do they say it when something like transform, like no, there's another word. What's the word that when they show up right in front of you is a word?
They show up.
Transport?
Materialize,
Sorry.
materialize. Like there's
They
no materialization.
when they uncloak, decloak.
Yeah, so this was just like I know the whole group felt it. Chesno was there, you were there. We had like I think 15 people at
Oh yeah,
least.
we did. 15 people in a group.
And everyone, I was like, I feel something in the brush in the woods because we had like a little woodland. We were on a beach, but behind
Yeah, on the
us,
beach, but the woods were right behind us.
and I could sense the woods. And I remember meditating on that master healer from the
Yep.
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. If anybody's ever watched that film, go watch it because in the very end, it talks about the CE5. It's based on CE5. It's based on the protocol, how it works, how it's executed. And my experience was like in the very end, I had an autoimmune disease that I wanted to get rid of. And
Hmm.
I went out there and did the protocol because I wanted to receive that healing. Now I've been
Yes.
putting it out there anyway for a long time, but that night I swear that that was what healed me. I ended up
Yeah,
being relieved of that autoimmune disease. And
that
so now what I'm
that
doing,
was an amazing night for you, Grace, too. When that happened, we
it
were
was
standing
fantastic.
together,
And I
and
didn't really know it
yeah.
for months later, until I
And
got
Grace, you sensed, as I did, that there were space people on the ground that we didn't see. They were in the woods.
In the
They were
woods.
watching us.
that's
And they're
exactly
we're
what it
like,
was. It
you
was
have to understand, James. We're right.
their
The Long
shape.
Island Sound is like feet away from where we're standing. We're above a concrete area on the grass, and then there's right below that the sand, and then there's the water. So we're
Well,
standing there.
I think they do that. When I took my son to go I don't want to say UFO hunting, but we went out to go look for UFOs in the sky and
Yeah,
do some fishing, and we actually had a Bigfoot encounter while looking for
Oh
UFOs.
my gosh.
well, that was amazing.
Yeah, it really was, and I got a picture of it and everything. You can see this thing standing
Wow,
there.
James, that's amazing. You better
Yeah,
post. Well, I don't
how
know how you
close
feel
was
about
that?
posting that, but I'd love to
It
see
was
it.
it was it was about a year or two ago, so
Yeah, how
it's
close with
probably
the
in my
Bigfoot?
Dropbox because I back
They're
up everything to
peaceful.
Dropbox.
So Pegasus, Alfredo, they're peaceful.
Yeah,
They're master healers. They're peaceful. I mean, when we do the C5, that's what we concentrate on is peaceful contact. So it's
yeah.
not, we don't want to, and that was the
We
first
have
thing I did tonight. But I
yeah,
have a problem with my back. So I have like a degenerative thing going on with my
yeah.
back. And
Oh
that's the
wow.
area I'm focusing on now.
Yeah,
Because I didn't like think to ask to heal my whole body. I was like, heal every aspect of my body. I wanted to take care of this autoimmune disease because it was really taking me down. And I was like, define the CE5. Well, CE5 is like a protocol that was designed by a group of scientists and ufologists and Dr. Stephen Greer. And
right.
basically, a protocol that is had been designed and laid down as a general format for peaceful contact.
That's
That's
right.
sort of it in a
And
nutshell.
And the C5, as Grace is saying, is a really important thing for people that want to learn about contact. We are, well, for us here, we're going to try to use, now we're getting into winter, so it's kind of a weird situation. We're talking about getting together in a truck. We'll see how that works. And then, but definitely in the spring, we will be doing C5s in Connecticut. And we usually will invite all C5 people in the New England area who are close to Connecticut to join us because we have a very solid group and we are interested not just in visual contact, but we're also interested in direct physical contact. So our goal is twofold. The visual contact first to make the protocol of peaceful communications, and then the physical contact to make the contact with the space people if they so wish to come off their ship on the beach late at night with us. That's a perfect peaceful place to be. No one's going to be rushing them. It's all depending on what they want to do. So we're really seriously involved in what we do here in the United States, here in Connecticut, and we are very much wanting to make it a place where our space brothers and sisters can eventually find a way to communicate with us on the beach, not just in their ships, but actually come on the beach and meet us face to face. So we're
James, are
really,
you
really serious about
okay?
what we do.
Yeah, I'm logging into my Dropbox to see if I could find the picture because it
Oh,
was like I said, it was like a year or so ago.
it's CE5, Lindaloo. It's CE5. It's an app. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind is basically what it stands for. So if you watch the movie, it'll help you understand the concept, the philosophy behind it, and the idea of what's happening. It's to kind of
Right.
invite our space brothers and sisters to come in and help us with this planet. I mean, I feel like there are already uh, civilizations that have come to the planet already and that are aware of our misdeeds, and
Oh,
what
absolutely.
games we've been
Absolutely.
playing. I mean, it's been
Yeah.
happening since 1940.
Yeah, or even before that.
Yeah, and what I think, what, 1920s? Well, probably for centuries,
Let's
and
just put it for billions of years.
yeah.
We've done stuff on this planet,
I
and
mean,
they've been
really
very
and
aware of us.
truly, we've been, I mean, I know that the ultimate contact has shown up like in the cave paintings,
Right,
data has shown up, contact data has showed up in all types of artwork all over the world, in whether it's, hieroglyphics, or if it's carvings, or if it's
right,
cave paintings that are hundreds and thousands of years old, or if it's, Leonardo da Vinci's work. I mean, that's nothing. If you're not really familiar with like Leonardo da Vinci and the kind of like downloads he used to receive,
hmm
it's pretty profound. And it just goes up down the line. I mean, there are people who have like just been given gifts, or have the ability to open up and receive, right? So if you think about all of our important figures, throughout, even our time being on the planet, the last 100 years, we know the people that, you go, well, how could they possibly have this kind of knowledge?
right.
Right? Where does this come from? And it doesn't come
Excuse me.
from, another place in time. It's just like Machu Picchu in like Peru, right? Where, things would happen there all the time. And like, how
Yeah,
did that area, how was it built? And, they were saying there were many, many sites around the world too, where people question, where are these built? How are
What
they
about
built?
those
Right?
structures in South America that are like carved into rock
yes,
that
yes. What about
are like
those?
perfectly carved? And there's been like even people that have tried to recreate some of this stuff have said we don't even have the technology now to recreate what they did with in their mind was Stone Age
Right,
technology.
that's right.
Exactly. So the
Pretty amazing.
signs and signals are there, the signs, symbols, and they say always look for symbols, they're everywhere.
hmm
And
Oh, they are.
signs, they're everywhere. If you're not looking, then you're not going to see them.
Right.
If you're looking, then you're going to see them, and they're in everything. You could be driving down the street, it could be a license plate, it could be a sign, it could be a man's t-shirt that he's
Oh,
wearing.
yeah.
It's got a message.
Barbara Daniels is saying, I believe in extraterrestrial beings because I have found some frozen in time on meteorites. And
Oh,
I'm looking at
wow.
some of the other things. Let's see here. I'm
So I
trying
have
to
to
read
show
some.
you a really cool artifact that I found when I was in Florida, and I think it's like one of those giant shark teeth. I'm gonna go get it because I found it
Yeah.
tonight, and it just blows my mind. I wanted to show it to you, and I want you to tell me what you think it is, because it's
And
so.
Bonnie says, I saw one as when I was a little girl. We're at 100,000. We hit 100,000 likes. Let's hit
Oh,
100.
we're not even done
I
with the
want to hit
symbol.
100,000 followers. We're at 55,000 followers. I need to get 50,000 more followers. Can everybody invite 50,000 more people to follow me? I've never been that, I've never been that aggressive about it, but yes.
So what do you have
Can
to
we
do
get,
to get?
I want to get 50,000 followers more to my TikTok. I'm trying to do it naturally. I want to keep it natural, but I need 55 or 50,000 more and I'll get up to 100,000 followers. I'll be happy with that.
Do you think
I
that's a
think it'll
whale
happen.
tooth? What do you think
Oh,
that
that
is?
looks interesting. What is that?
I found this when I was swimming in the Gulf,
Yeah.
and it's just it's enormous, and it's got a ledge,
Wow.
like a little ledge.
Wow.
I know, isn't that wild?
And that's the tooth of a what now?
I don't know what it is. I just
Could
know
it be
that
the tooth of a giant that passed away and you found the tooth?
I feel like it might be. I mean, I was
It
thinking
could
maybe
be.
it's a whale tooth,
It could be.
megalodon.
Maybe it could be.
It's bigger. It's bigger,
Yeah.
Fredo.
So someone Sue says shark tooth, but not ancient.
Let me take off my I didn't think it was a shark's tooth because look how freaking big it is.
It could have, it probably could have been one of those ancient giant sharks or whatever.
I know. And
It could have been one of the great white sharks. They're pretty big.
yeah, it feels fossilized.
Yeah,
And
fossilized.
it felt like it's got a ledge on it. Like it looks like it belongs in someone's mouth. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
felt that it has a lot of energy.
yeah.
It has a lot of energy and it's intense.
Wow.
Yeah, it feels like it's made out of like teeth, like a tooth, like that material. I don't know
Yeah,
what the composition of teeth are made from, but yeah,
yeah.
I know. I just feel like I don't know. Listen, there are signs everywhere.
Linda Luce says, I don't think it's a fossil. I think it looks more current. This is, speaking of current, you're watching the number one spiritual UFO talk show on any media right here on TikTok. Encounters with your host, Commander Alion, the man from Mars. Grace has got a tooth from some sort of species from the sea. And we have Rabbit James, who just shared information about Bigfoot.
This is the wild part, is the ledge.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, yeah, I just like, it's one of these cool, yeah, it was a super cool find. We used to find the greatest stuff out
Thank you,
there.
Third Eye.
And when I swam in the Gulf and out in the Gulf of Mexico, I could feel the energy from the UFO activity in the water. Yeah, and it's stunning. I know. I love it too.
And that's because in the Gulf there are bases, space bases beneath the depths of the deepest parts of the Gulf. There are actually space bases there off the coast.
Yeah, I just, and I heard some really wacky stuff too this week. I've heard a lot of really interesting reports. So there's a guy going around on TikTok, and always with TikTok, you got to be a little bit, you should just.
Yeah, you got to question everything here,
So there's a guy who's going out around telling people that like the ascension's coming and blah blah blah, and how the somebody is spraying these metal particles into the atmosphere, and what will happen now is there will be some type of reminds me of blue beam, where they have stuff that they will project into the sky that looks like an alien attack.
Oh, the blue beam, the fake blue beam stuff.
Yeah, but this is like something that they're talking about that's recent, and that they're gonna use the metal that's being sprayed into the air as their foundation, almost like a movie screen.
And who started this whole thing?
There's this guy on TikTok who.
And where's he getting his information from?
I have no idea. He's
that's
been
the problem.
Downloads. I think he's been getting downloads.
Gotta go.
And to me, it's like of course I listen to it for a minute, but then I fly right out of there because
that's what happens.
It's fear based. It's all
fear based.
It's actually
this is what people have
to listen.
This is what people have to do. When a person like that is spreading that stuff all over the internet or over Facebook or would it be TikTok, don't listen to it. Anything that somebody on TikTok says that is fear-based and they claim to be a light worker or promoting ascension or promoting good things, they say, no, you got to worry about the metals in the air because they're going to be coming and the metals are going to attach to your face. And not only that, they're going to attach to your wig, and you won't be able to have that beautiful wig you spent $500 for in Hollywood. The metal will be all over your wig. The wig is going to come flying off. The metal is going to take over. It's going to get ingested into your milkshake. The Dr. Pepper you got at McDonald's is no good anymore because there'll be metallic stuff coming out of the sky.
Yeah, it can really be frightening.
Very frightening. You're going to have to hide and run into your house.
I mean, and I do get it. I know that heavy metals are really dangerous for us. I think Pegasus said that in the chat, and other people were talking about it. Soft metals have a deeply degenerative effect on humans. I actually agree with that. I feel like there is a lot of metal in our foods.
Oh, there is. Well, what this
chemicals
person's
that
talking
are,
about is something that the government sinisterly is going to throw in the air,
yeah,
and that's going to affect the ascension process. Now, let me say something about this. I've got to. Working with the Ashtar Galactic Command for many years. There's no way anywhere, no matter what the government tries to do, throwing anything hypothetically into the air that's going to be allowed to destroy any process of elevation of frequency. Everything is frequency, everything is vibrational patterns. Do you think for 1 minute that one person's going to go around like a preacher telling everybody, watch out for the metal in the air that's coming down by the government to prevent us from being ascended? Metal or no metal, rock or no rock, ascension will happen because it's supposed to happen. Vibrational changes will happen. The
yeah,
transformation of the planet will happen regardless of whether you have 10,000 rocks, tiny little rocks coming down to Earth or not. It has
yeah.
nothing to do with metal, rocks, Coca-Cola cans or anything. It has to do with consciousness. It's all
And
based
the
on
real reason
consciousness.
I bring it up, Commander, is because I want to point out
Yeah,
the amount of this that I see
right.
is profound and scary because, there are people glued to these lives who
Well,
are
some of them are.
ingesting this. They're actually in metabolizing.
Right.
Yes, it's a good idea to have a certain amount of, fear and to kind of be on there on the, to collect the
To
data is
collect the data,
okay.
but also don't buy into the data. That's one of the things. This is where Grace knows me well enough to know I'm here to bust the matrix of even that person. I don't even care who it is. Don't go around spreading, oh, yeah, we're not going to have any ascensions on Earth ever because of the things falling to Earth from our government that are being put into the air. You can go and you can spend your life on Earth either going through the fear based thing and say, okay, this person, wow, their information is really good. It's all fear based. Ooh, I better go hide in my bedroom right now and close the door. No, you don't want to be like that, do you? Come on,
Well, it can
folks.
be
You're better than that.
paralyzing. I think that's a big factor right there is,
Yeah.
news media outlets do this to us daily. They
Well, they do.
try to
That's
paralyze.
why that's why you don't watch the same news all the day. Let's speak of that Earth-based news. All they do every day is talk about the Middle East and people bombing each other or this or that. It's always the same 3D news every single day. They don't talk about enlightenment. They don't talk about people from other planets coming to Earth soon. They will never talk about that because they're not allowed to talk about that. They're not going to talk about that in the Department of Defense to the public because they want the
Yeah.
public to know about it. The thing is, what people need to realize, you're going to get all kinds of garbage either from major media or very creative people on social media that create fear-based stuff, and they have an agenda for creating the fear-based stuff. It could be to get a lot of people to follow them. It could be, oh yeah, if I create really good fear-based stuff, I'll have 10 million followers and they'll follow me because my fear-based creativity is really getting to them. The thing is, you can go that route, or you can naturally think for yourself, meditate for yourself, and understand for yourself what is real, what is not real on social media. And that's what I do every day. I do that every single day. That's my
Yeah.
background. I studied media when I was, slicing tapes in the 70s at a non-commercial college station that was really cool. And so I learned all that stuff from people in Pacifica Radio, which were really cool people. And so I've learned that, discernment is the key in everything. Whatever it is, people can be sheep or people can be empowered in command of your own spirit like I am. And when I use the word commander, I mean I'm in command of my own cosmic spirit. No one commands me. No one commands you. And
That's
don't
how
get
I
sucked in,
feel. I
right?
feel like I fly above, everything. I kind of like I
It's
had
like,
that picture in my background earlier, which was a piece of artwork, just a doodle.
right.
Like, look, I mean, it's like you're flying above it all.
Yeah, you are. Now,
And
what
you,
James was talking about earlier with the thing in Florida, I saw a guy earlier on a recording that was showed a split screen of him and all these cop cars in Florida, and and he was creating his own creativity about something possible, zombie, a car, whatever. Now we know that wasn't true. I knew that, as soon as that, then the person's people are going taking a story that they don't know a total truth about, and
Yeah,
taking liberty with the story to make it their own thing. Oh, we have a bunch of zombies
absolutely.
running around Florida along the beach. That's not true either. This is a disservice to any kind of understanding and truth. That's the one thing that will burn me up is when people get creative with their TikTok or whatever, create stuff that's not based on any facts, not based on any truth, just based on sensationalism and getting people to watch them.
Yeah, I mean,
You
think
know,
about it, Commander. What was that radio program in 1930 that where they did? Was it the War of the Worlds, where they had people terrified?
oh, they were scared. It was War of the Worlds, and it was
I
based on
thought it was false.
It was plotted by
it was
these sleaze
plotted. Yeah, it was
broadcasters.
plotted.
And, I mean, I did acting. I was an actress when I was younger. I used to do read for commercials and things, in New York, and I know that a lot of these, I was going to go into correspondence, and I actually was like, I don't think I could do it. I honestly walked away from that opportunity because I felt like, I didn't want to be a Deborah Norville. I didn't want to be the kind of person who just is a robot
Right.
delivering like the latest,
That's right.
prescribed, antidote for the day. Like, let's just poison the entire planet with, this
Thank
the
you, Mystic.
flavor of the morning, like. So I just feel like what happens is I stopped watching news over 20 years ago. I mean, it's been, many,
Yeah.
many, many years. I won't watch it. And I had people say to me, well, how do you stay notified? Or, and I was like, well, I
You
don't
should
need
talk like that more often.
it.
You have a good voice? Hi, this is Grace on the Commander Allianz show.
Welcome to
This
the
is my real
Commander
voice.
Allianz show.
That sounds much better. Don't you think so, James?
Welcome to
I'm
the
telling Calters.
Welcome to Encounters. But you have to learn how to behave like a robot.
Right.
There's a way, a
You do.
delivery.
Yep.
There's timing, and there's delivery, and there's a persona, and
Yeah.
they're picking people to deliver the news that you can't keep your eyes off of them. That's
The
why
right
they
person.
pick
They
them.
have the right nail polish on their fingers on TikTok. There are TikTok newscasters on TV stations. I've seen them on here. They're doing the newscasts, and then when they're not facing the camera, they go on their TikTok and they ask these news people questions, and it's pretty crazy, And I sometimes will see the newscaster and say, "Oh, by the way, I'm from Encounters. What do you think about UFO sightings?" And they skip the question.
I mean, that's to me, I've seen the lifestyle of like
Right.
broadcasters and newscasters, especially
Right.
reporters,
Yeah.
and like they are just the most cutthroat bunch I've encountered in my lifetime, and I've seen a
Right.
lot. And I just think, my God, what is this? But for us, the space people, they
Yeah.
stole
They
my
stole his.
toenails and replace them with glow
Yeah.
sticks. Okay.
But you
Yeah,
got the glow sticks,
right?
so there you go. You're
That'd be
much
a
better
good
off
news
now.
report.
That just means you got yellow toenails. You got a fungus.
But they're glow
Oh.
sticks. But
They make
it's just one of
something for
those.
that.
We're gonna go till we're gonna go. It's like 12:37 on the East Coast on planet Earth. I think we'll go straight at 1, and then we'll sign off at 1. I'm gonna go to sleep on
But
Earth.
you know that like NASA that they're reporting on like they've completely dodged the whole
Yeah.
UFO UAP topic. Like
Oh, they
NASA
dodged it constantly in their
did,
hearings.
you
They don't
know.
want to talk about it. The director doesn't want to talk about it. The
Yeah.
DOD, what's going on with the DOD? Like I said, the DOD has been we don't have no idea what's going on with the Department of Defense in regards to all the different departments that deal in the DOD with extraterrestrial, non-terrestrial beings. I can only imagine what's going on right now as we get close to contact. Could you imagine what's going on in the Department of Defense, the Ministry of Defense in England and other countries that deal with this subject internally? All right. We're getting close to contact in 2027. That's the year that has been verified, even including the DOD by Shy before we had her get afraid to, for other reasons, not to be able to come on here. But that was said early in the year. They even verified it. She said that 2027, they're concerned about that year. Why? Because there's going to be contact. I think the timeline, I'm stating it again, has been amped up to sooner than later. I think you're going to see some of those initial contacts this year through 2025 into 2026. I think this year you're going to see a lot more people having sighting reports all over the world. I think people in here are going to have sightings. They're going to tell me about Commander. I just had a sighting April the 7th or whatever. I think everybody needs to be eyes and ears now. Every one of you have to have your cell phones completely charged up. When you travel in a car, have it charged up. Where you're hiking in the woods or camping out, have your phones ready. Be prepared, because there's going to be things in the sky that you're going to miss if you're not. And you can record them and document them and send them to me, and I'll look at the videos that you send me. I definitely will. Hey, Teresa, have a good night. Good to see you. Just document everything that's going on. Jameis says, I think, why would they hide bones of giants, which the Bible told us they existed? Because our governments don't want people to know that actually giants do exist right now on our planet, that there's not just these giants of ancient past. There are men and women who are giants that live within the earth. They live within the mountains, these really high mountains. They have entrances in and out of these mountains to go into the surface of the planet or below the surface of the planet. The giants are real. Just like I said earlier, the inner earth people that live in the hollow earth, the giants, they're all part of our civilization. But see, we've been taught to believe that we are the only ones that exist on the surface world. There's nothing else but lava, core, and rock. And now everybody knows that is a big, fat lie from science. The biggest lie ever perpetuated by our textbooks over the last 40, 50 years.
Alfredo just asked an interesting question. Do you see Alfredo's question, Commander?
Yeah, the question Alfredo has, why does the church have an what's the word? Apocrypha?
A cryptid? Where is it?
Apocrypha. Well, some might be doubtful authorship. Christianity, the word apocryphal, is a Greek word.
What does it mean?
Well, because they have doctrine, They have,
doctrine, yeah.
They have, let me say, hold on one second. I don't know. I mean, Alfredo, why are you bringing that up? I'm just interested as to why you're bringing that up. But I feel like, it's about authorship and authenticity. I guess they wanted to prove something,
I mean, the church, the Vatican knows about the extraterrestrials. They have a whole department devoted to extraterrestrial intelligence. They do. They don't talk about it when they go public, but they do.
Find that. Hold on. I'm going to find the correct pronunciation for that. Sometimes it's really Greek. Sometimes not so good. That's a Greek word. Apocrypha.
Every word starts from the Greece. Every word you can think of starts from the Greece.
It sure does.
This is the Italian version of Encounters. Our Greek version's coming next week. Translations also in Russian and Spanish.
With Windex on it.
Yeah, it reminds me of the movie. I was just gonna say, that is so funny. My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
And we're going to be broadcasting Encounters in China soon, so watch out.
I studied in the Greek Orthodox Church for a long time, so I was getting pretty good at the Greek. But I want to find the correct pronunciation of that, and I can't seem to find it. Usually you can find it, but
I'm not trying to not be interactive, but it's killing me to find this dang picture. And it's in my Dropbox, but I mean, I've got pictures all the way back to 2010 in my Dropbox.
Well, that's because you have to go all the way in the rabbit hole, and that takes you to the inner earth. And then you have to transport yourself through a tubular structure back to the surface, although we can still hear you.
I think Alfredo, that's a good question for our other friend
Yeah.
on the other live there, that we watch all the time. Because Alfredo's asking, it says that Old
Oh,
Testament mentions the word God. Yeah, gods, and plural, in a plural sense.
but also remember, not to get too far away, understand that on Earth, religions have based things, all kinds of religions, gods and goddesses. In truth, on the galactic levels, the space people will tell you, and I will say this coming from Mars, that there's one creator. The Hopi Indian and other indigenous cultures will tell you of the creator, of the one God. The one God created all the multiverse, all the different dimensions, all the different galaxies, solar systems, parallel realities. For the human 3D mind, it might be hard to comprehend that, but in truth, cosmic truth, you throw away all the Bibles and everything on earth-based religion, you only have one thing to look at, and that is the one creator of all the things out there, everything. There's no limitation, there's no box, there's no garbage can, there's no little round little globe or anything. God, the creator, one and the same source, created everything and anything. There's no ending, there's no beginning, it's just there. Everything is. So once you realize that and you don't think too hard about all these other things, you realize that it just is. And if you can come to peace with everything being just what it is, then you can see the expansion of everything around you. All right?
It is what it is.
It is what it
and
is.
It is what it is.
That's right. And I will sing a song while Grace is looking for those intricate things and quotes. If you want to hear a galactic song, I will sing one tonight, just for everybody.
I love a good question like
Alex,
that.
not yet. I didn't make contact tonight that I know of. I'm trying to see if there are people wanting me to sing a song.
Well, of course, don't leave them waiting, Commander. You don't
I
have
will
to
sing a
make
song.
poll.
Apocrypha.
I'm going to let Grace get the Apocrypha thing going, and then I will sing you a very spiritual cosmic song from outer space.
Apocrypha is the various religious writings of uncertain origin regarded by some as inspired, but rejected by most authorities. Yeah, I love that. I think that's true history, our true history. That'd be a good topic to get into in our.
Friends with Furries says Godico loves your songs. Thank you, Friends with Furries.
Yeah, Apocrypha is interesting. I love.
I will get
stuff
some
like
water
that.
before I sing.
Thank you, Alfredo. Can you sing in an Inuit accent? Inuit accent. What might that sound like? Hi, Rachel. Hope you're well. Happy New Year. Hi, Friends with Fairy. Happy New Year.
I will sing a song here. I would hope that in this song, many people will grant me one wish, send me gifts to show your support for the things we're doing on Earth. And I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to sing a song. I have no idea what's going to come out. I will sing the song right now. I do have a sense of humor, but I'm going to sing a song. This song will be a song from outer space. And this is dedicated to all of you, including Godico and everybody on his ship. So here it goes. Give me a moment. You've been waiting so long. You've been waiting so very long for us to come, for us to be with you. You've been waiting for very long. You've been singing a cosmic song. We've been hearing you for many, many moons. You've been waiting for us to arrive. You've been waiting for us to be alive. You've been waiting and wondering where we are. You've been traveling in your dreams. You've been knowing what it seems. We have been here all along, waiting for your song to arrive with us, to arrive with us. We've been traveling through time and space to meet your human race. We've been traveling through time and space to meet your Earth race. You've been wondering where we are. We've been traveling near and far. In the stars far above, we are sending you our love. We are your brothers in space from another human race. Are you ready for us now? We are coming to see you. We are coming to see you. We are coming to be with you. We are coming to see you. Are you ready for our face to meet your human race? Are you going to be in place to see another place, another star, another universe, another galaxy, another space? We are here with you now. We are your brothers and sisters from the stars. We send our love to you.
Wow. Nice. Cool. That was really nice, Commander.
Thank you.
I think
Thank
everybody
you.
else appreciated that too.
Thank you.
You're pretty good at that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
I'm going to try to find a song that Rachel. Oh, here we go, Rachel. Okay, let's see what this sounds like.
Are you going to let the greedy
Sorry,
heating
it's going to
companies
have a
and their
little
crazy high
quick
prices
commercial.
decide if your family is allowed to stay warm?
I don't know what this is, but
MC, take care. Blessings to you, MC. Hey, welcome, consciousness.
do you like do your hula hoop to this or your twirling to this, Rachel?
No, Trish is the one that
Oh,
does.
Kit Kat, thank you for the fireworks.
Harmony,
Trish
Rachel
is
does
the one
this.
that does the hula hoops.
That sounds cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the snowman transcending Grammy. Hope you're doing well always. Nature Whispers. I have been contacted the past year. Had video some commit. Okay, wait a minute. Oh man, Nature. We're gonna have to follow you. Nature has 26 followers. Off-grid homesteader, artist, writer. He's been contacted for the last year. Everybody follow Nature Whispers. Let's get him up to 200. Let's get Nature Whispers up to 200. He's got 26. If 165 people will follow him right now.
Trisha does hula hooping and Rachel does twirling. My God, you guys are something.
Wow.
So I suck at hula hooping. I used to be so good at it when I was younger, and I can't seem to get it down now.
Thank you for the musical notes.
We got Trisha. I'm glad you're in the chat. I just wanted to tell you that I'm sending you love. I'm sending you some good vibes. I love watching your hula hoop videos. They bring just a little bit of cheer to me. And I know you were going through something today, and I just want to say that we love you.
Yep, that's what it's all about, right?
Love to learn to again. I can't seem to get it together. I don't know why. Maybe I have the
It's
wrong.
okay. Grace, didn't they prep you before you came on the air in the studio?
What?
I got her off guard there, didn't I? I
Oh,
said, didn't they prep you before you came on the camera in the
I
studio,
hear.
the makeup room and all that?
Yeah, they did prep me. Yeah. Yep.
Come on, Grace.
I'm telling you. I start with a bigger hoop. Okay. Well, my kids used to have a giant hula hoop. They were
Yeah.
so good. They're so easy. But
Thank
yeah,
you, Bride
no, probably
Frost.
good exercise, huh?
Yeah.
And Rachel does like this twirling. It's unbelievable. It's so
Yeah,
good.
you should see her use a dang knife. She was
Oh, you have,
twirling.
I
She
think
was
there's a
twirling
song
a knife.
Rachel wants us to play. Harmony Rachel says, Pravana,
I
music. I
played
think
it.
I've heard that.
I was just playing it.
You
It's
were?
crazy. Yeah, it's actually really good. It's
Okay.
I'm not my body. I'm
Is
not
it,
my
is
mind.
it,
I'm not
is
my
it sitars and stuff?
DNA.
What, do they sing music or is it more sitar music?
It's
Oh,
music.
thank you.
It's like the words are tough to like hear over the music, but it's good.
Interesting.
Ancient dreams in
So,
dreamland.
as they're talking, breaking news, Gotico. Gotico, we have Skip the Grace here, James is here, and all the people are here, and I'm here. Welcome to the show. And Gotico knows I'm joking around right now because I know he's here with me always. So I think they're laughing on the ship. But it's getting towards 1 o'clock. We've reached 110,500 likes. I want to get another 50,000 followers this year. I think within the year we can do 50,000.
I want to get 50,000 followers.
We'll help you get it. We'll help James get it too. You know,
I feel
we're
like
here
I'm
to.
on my way though. I mean, I'm nearing like 2,000 followers. I'm
You're
not
doing
quite, but
good.
I'm nearing like 1,300, which is
You'll
really
get there.
good.
It takes time.
It does.
You know, things just happen, and you can't force anything to happen like that. I joke around about it, but I know naturally this. They tell you on TikTok there's these people with these ads saying you can get 1 million followers if you just do this right away. No, that's a false way of doing it, and you probably could, but I'd rather have natural followers than have all these bazillion people following me because I did something that is just to boost up the numbers. You know.
Yeah, and I'm finding like I get a lot of scammers following me. Like I'll get four different like people following the same person, four accounts of the same
Yeah,
people.
you go
Yeah.
to follow, some spiritual person, and then next thing you look at, you got 5 follows by ghost accounts. Hey, Rachel.
And
Hey
so
Hey, Rachel.
everyone, thank you for talking about me. I appreciate it. I was trying to get you to there's a song called Starseed by the
Oh, where'd she go?
Darcy,
fitting for this for us.
Rachel, you just conked out. We missed everything you said.
Oh,
Yeah, you paused yourself.
sorry. There's a
Hey,
song
Linda
called
Z.
Starseeds by a group called how do you say it?
Starseeds.
You got me.
Seeds. And
Hey, John. Okay,
I
you
think
know we're
I
gonna have to do
mean,
this.
I think I know who.
Hey, John. Happy New Year. We're gonna have to bring John on here in a
Is
few
that
minutes.
John Connor from Frank's
Yes,
Red Hot in the
indeed.
he
chat?
came into my live last week and chatted with me.
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
we're gonna.
Starseed.
Yeah, the song is Starseeds and the music.
Oh, she just paused herself again. You're
Man,
watching the
Rachel, what the heck is
encounters,
going on? As soon
a
as you
show
try
that's
to
out of
talk
this world
about a
with
dang
Harmony
song,
Rachel,
you get conked out.
she gets paused herself.
Pranava is the artist, and the song is called Starseeds.
Star
One
seeds.
time. PA what?
Pranave.
Yeah,
AVA. Sorry, God, I can't talk.
star seeds.
PRANA.
Pranava is the artist name. I think you say it
Ah,
Pranava, I think.
Okay.
okay.
But the
Pranava.
song
Hey,
is
Ghost.
absolutely amazing.
Hey, we're Spurs.
Paranava.
Blazing. Welcome to the show.
Starseed by Paranava. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay. I don't know if this is the right one.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yes. We're gonna love this song. It's like a message to all of us Starseeds.
I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
And what's the name of the group?
Paranava
Hey, Midnight One.
or Pranava. Pranava.
I'll have to put that on. Hey, John, thanks for the lightning bolts, man. I'm gonna bring John on here while we're still on live here. Well, this is some really cool sounds. This is Encounters, a show that's out of this
Sounds like
world.
Sade.
It does.
He's
Yep.
a smooth operator.
But it has a really nice, beautiful beat to it.
The
We
video.
have Harmony Rachel with some really good music on Encounters. And Happy New Year, John.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
New Year.
It's a new year, for sure. It's going to be a good year.
Hey, John. New year, new me.
Hey, this is my bottle of red hot sauce, James, and I don't want you to touch it.
New year, new me.
Every time I see his name, I got to go look for my hot sauce.
You got to look for the hot sauce, right?
Because I
You'll
don't know
never
if he's
live
coming.
that down.
Huh?
He's going to come over your house and have some of that one time.
He thinks so.
I don't know.
He better bring the wings then.
Yep, he'll have to
I
bring the
can
wings.
definitely bring the wings.
All right. You're welcome then. What is it doing?
What doing?
What?
Weird things do happen on our show here, folks.
Happy New Year.
Here we go.
Oh, there's the map.
Funny, people are coming in saying good morning and grand rising. So
Well, they're probably all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are.
Good morning, Lopaka.
4 bottles. What's up, guys?
You know what, John?
Good morning. It is morning here, though. Truly, it is morning. We're at 1 o'clock already.
Yeah, on the East Coast. At least 3 of us are on the East Coast.
I've
4
been
of
up
us, maybe.
for a while. I've been going to sleep pretty early.
Yeah.
But, you guys, what you think about, you receive. So
Yeah.
you've got to control.
Hey, John, guess what I did?
What did you do?
I had a gift card for Amazon. I ordered a copper pyramid.
Really?
You know how the copper seems to be a really strong point for intergalactic communications.
Oh yeah, definitely a copy.
Right? So I found a copper pyramid. I looked under copper pyramids, and I just bought one that's going to be here. I'm getting it this weekend. And then I ordered another thing with copper with a pyramid on in the middle of it that really is cool. So one's coming in February, but the pyramid's coming over the weekend. I'm really excited about that.
Well, I remember that I shouldn't have ordered Amazon because I can't get it through Amazon anymore because they banned me. Because
How the heck do you get banned from Amazon?
when you fly with their tires.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you trying to order?
No, just a normal thing, but no, I flying for their tires because they came on my property when I wasn't home, and it was like taking things off my property.
Oh.
And I said if it was trash, then it would have been in the trash. That was in the middle of my yard.
Oh, I gotcha.
But this ley line right here is close to your place.
What are we looking at on the map?
Blow it up. Look at it. This is close to you. Your home.
Let me turn up. Let me put you on the big screen here. Hold on a minute. What am I doing here? Here we go. Okay, now I got the map on the big screen here.
Okay.
And what are we doing? What are we looking at now?
This is the ley line from the.
Oh.
Yeah. See, look where your state is.
Oh yeah, the ley line goes right through Connecticut.
That's the spot that you have to go through the portal right there. That mountain right there.
Yep. And then my friend's shop is on the ley line.
Who's that?
The ley line. There's a local grid. There's the shop. The
one with the
crystal shop.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That really makes it more profound to see that map.
Right. So this is right close to you too. Check this one out. This is how I'm going to be traveling to you.
Okay.
Look at my chef knife right there, next to my green.
Huh.
All right, look at that. All right, there we go,
Cool.
Jen. Why is it picking up that? That's crazy how it picks that up.
Yeah.
Um, this one right here.
Hey, Texas Major AP83. Christy Lenore. Dan Kayer.
Like I said,
So John's is talking about what we're planning to do is we're going to have the first Stargate that's going to bring him to my friend's crystal shop uptown, and he's going to bring the stuff from Tesla that he had through the Stargate into the store, and he's going to walk right into the store through the Stargate. He's not going to be taking a jet or a plane. He's not going to take an elevator, an escalator, or a train. This is going to be very much a real thing pretty soon.
Whew, these grapefruits are bomb.
Wow.
These are the chakras of your total field on your body,
Mm.
and one must climb through this to be conscious through this first before they travel anywhere else throughout the ley lines. But they had to go through this first, just like in your body. It goes through that.
Yeah.
And the only answer that you have to ask is yourself. My problem was I was always looking at outside of myself. I was asking these people, asking these people. It wasn't getting me anywhere, but always back to myself.
Yeah.
The answers are always within yourself. You've been on this planet for how many eons and eons, and the thing is that everything you were a grasshopper before, you were a dinosaur before. Just remember, if you feel like you had that kind of experience, settle with it, and it be so. And then naturally, it'll come in correlation with you, and you'll start getting things downloaded to you because now you're on that wavelength of the past memory. Because the only thing you can travel with to the next realm is your memories.
That's right. That is true. You bring those with you.
Yep. You just got to know how to tap it in. Just tap it in.
That's the tap in thing, right? That people have to learn, John, to tap in.
Yeah. And it's much easier than you think. It's hard if you make it hard.
Yeah.
Everything is hard if you make it hard. Don't make it hard for yourself. We all constantly do it all the time. For me personally, I do it all the time. How do you bring your memories? Okay, so like you ever get deja vu? That's a memory of telling you at that point in time, like when I was getting a job at, I was working at Walmart at the time, but I was going to aim for Coors Light because I wanted to get into the beer business and try the. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna work at Golden Corral, and then I'm gonna get over to Walmart and I'll work those two jobs, and then when one finally balances out, I can move in.
Later. Thank you so much for talking about my talents. Later.
Hey, take care.
Bye. Was that Rachel that I know? Is that Rachel Devine? No.
Yeah, Rachel said hello. Yeah. She was
Rude.
playing some music. Yeah.
Dude. She don't talk to me anymore. She's up there in the big dogs realm. And then I was sitting on the parking lot and I go, hey, I had a deja vu that I was working for Walmart at the same time and I was working for Coors Light.
Yeah.
So I brought memory to fruition and I focused on it and boom, 2 weeks later, I got a job at Coors Light. And then I knew that I was going to go through Coors Light to get to the job at Budweiser. And boom, and there it is.
Yeah. You can see the correlations in the charting, how that connects.
Yeah. But there's certain frequencies and certain vibrations that will set you apart from that. So if you listen to a certain type of music that doesn't correlate with that vision that you have, you're going to be like walking down a one-way street, you know?
It's like listening to musically as the analogy of like for me, I don't like heavy metal for a lot of reasons. Spiritually, if I'm listening to heavy metal, if I'm listening to like higher vibrational music, which I do, and then I listen to heavy metal, like banging like frequency, it distorts my for me anyway, it distorts my ability to be on a frequency that is consistently going into a higher place. That's for me. For other people, it might be different, but for me, I can say that that's been my experience. For it might
You
not
want
be
to know
for
what that
everybody
is,
though.
Andrew?
What? Say again?
You want to know why that is?
Why is that?
Because you're on a different wavelength.
Yeah.
Most aspects of most people, because when you listen to heavy metal, like what's heavy metal to you? Like Metallica? Is
Even no, not so much
or Pantera?
Metallica. It's stuff that's like so heavy that it's like distorted.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I listen to all that, but there's certain ones that I agree to what you're saying. When I was messing around with, let's see, there's a band called. If you guys know who Slipknot is, that is like,
I've heard of that group.
yeah, they're phenomenal. And they released like all these like hidden like codes and inside of like these songs that they do, but the Mongolian part of their music does something like phenomenal. I mean, it's like if you guys ever get a chance, look up Who. It's HU, and look up the song Totem Pole or Totem Wolf Totem,
Yeah.
and that is like by far the one of the best songs I've ever heard by a. Because it's like. And they use like their throat, like it's like a really throaty, like kind of like a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's really good for your vibration because you're
I
using
know
your.
that music. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, Grace says she knows that music too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
They're from oh, Siberia.
Siberia.
There you go. Yeah,
Interesting.
Siberia. Yeah, right there. You're right.
I'll check that out. I'll listen to that.
And it's a calm one now. Let's see. I wanted to show you something else. Oh, there we go. It feels like it's 11:11. It seems like I haven't talked to you in a long time, Commander.
I know. Well, you know what it is. I was at the end of the year. I didn't realize I actually had a cold, but I also had a lot of time to just downtime. I wasn't even on. I just like needed to just to the before the new year. I spent nothing. I didn't really go on TikTok at all. I was just maybe looking at it, and I was just really my energy level was not where it should be, and I feel really good now. I needed, when you need time to just like break everything, and that's what I did. But now I'm back to where I need to be, so I'm glad to be here.
What I wanted to share with you, I was watching a video, and then after I watched this video, I went and did some research, and this is what I found.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Can I have a pen, please? Why are you guys always taking my pens? What is wrong with you guys? What is going on here?
So,
The space people are taking John's pens and using them temporarily.
Just like they're like, we need this right now, or we're gonna put it on the bottom of all this stuff.
We're taking it as a souvenir from your house to our spaceship, John, and we'll bring it back.
Yeah, take all those souvenirs then. I've been cleaning up all day.
Wait, let's take John's circuit board. We'll take that. We need that for our ship.
Oh, this is actually for to get hold of Gecko.
How's that working?
So you have your in, your out, your power, your pair of loops, 2 pair of loops, and you have one glider, and then your antenna pieces. So like we can check out like so they'll come up like that.
Yeah.
And you have 4 more sections. You got it's almost like a router type thing, but it's for FM only. So you got one here.
Yeah.
And you put it there like that. Doop. There's that one, and you just keep on trying different sections.
Cool.
And it depends on now the travel of frequency comes through here. It gets the most hottest here.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, with that, see how it travels here.
Oh, wow.
Now, what city does this look like?
What city?
Yeah.
Let me take a guess. Give me a minute. What city? It's not New York. I know that much.
Okay.
Um, I'm going
Let's
to take
see.
a guess. I'm probably so wrong. It's not a really big city though, based on what I see here. I really don't know.
I
It
think I
has
know.
it has a
What do you
Golden
think it
Gate
is,
Bridge.
Grace? Oh,
I
you're talking
was
about San
gonna say
Francisco.
Hartford.
Yep.
You're
San
talking about
Francisco.
Connecticut.
Is there a Golden
Hartford.
Gate Bridge there?
Okay, Hartford.
It
Grace
could be.
says Hartford.
Yeah, because I don't know. To me, it looked like
Um,
Golden Gate Bridge.
that could be.
Maybe Virginia.
Oh, there you go, Virginia. I can go with Virginia. San
Yeah, I really
Fran.
don't know. I was thinking like some small cities,
Because when you look at it, it
maybe
really does
in
look like
Connecticut or something.
right. But like if you look at it, it looked like it was like the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm like, well,
It
that's
does
pretty.
look like the bridge. Yeah, that is true. I
You
can
have the
see
bay
that.
right there. You have that one little piece over here. Yeah. But
Yep.
anyway, uh, what I noticed is that um, this is not how the real map is. So I looked up what the dimensions from here
Thanks, friends. Yeah.
to
Hey,
here.
Commander, I gotta go out. John, I gotta go out. I'm gotta go to sleep.
You can't go to sleep, Grace. I'm commanding you to stay on here tonight. You're not
I
going
know.
anywhere.
We're
You're not
creeping
going.
into the
Hey,
wee hours
I can
of the
hypnotize you,
evening.
Grace. You know that.
hey,
No,
Grace,
I'm not going to.
when you go to
Yes.
sleep, I want you to the last time you can remember closing your eyes. I want you to remember and look for the orb. There's a golden orb and there's a silver orb out there.
Okay.
Try to them and follow them.
Oh boy. All right. I'll let you know.
I know you will because you're gonna have a great time. Okay, so
Hey, Grace. Take
Take care.
care. Much peace.
Good
like I
hanging
was
with
saying,
you tonight. Thank you, everyone
Yep.
in the chat. It's great
you're
seeing
all
everybody.
And we'll
Happy
be
New
on here for
Year.
another 10 minutes. And then, because I'm in the same state Grace is, then I'm going to go to sleep and then get back up in the morning. But I'm back on here, folks. So I'm not like going to disappear for 1,000 years. So don't worry about it.
Thank you, everyone, for all
Take
the
care,
love.
Grace.
dreams.
Night.
And
So
we'll spend a few minutes with John here, and then we're going to go to sleep. But go
here,
ahead, John.
this measurement to this measurement, and this measurement to this measurement, this measurement to this one, to this one, to that one. All these, right? It came out to be like this. And I mean, Africa was so damn big, dude. I'm telling you.
Wow.
That's like Russia up here. That's like France, and
Yeah.
there's all, and that's the United. It's like not even. It's not even. It doesn't even look like that.
Wow. What a difference.
And if you could say this, how do you have any proof of that? They give it to you. The dimensions of the ley land of this plot of land to here.
Right.
Put it on paper. Look at it. It is not what they say it is. Africa is like 20 times bigger. Africa's like this.
Yeah.
Way it's way out there. And then they say that that's how big the Arctic Circle is. That's how big Antarctica is. I know
Yeah.
that they're cutting it up for the globe and all that. Yeah. But it's not. This okay. I understand that there's a flat Earth people and there's a round people. It's like this. Okay,
Wow. Yeah.
and it's on a curved type. It could be, but it's like the shape of like a football. It's like this.
Yeah.
Okay, it just is. There's no ifs or ands or buts around it, because there's a curve to this plot of land that we are on because of this reason. You have the sine wave,
Yeah.
and then you have the golden spiral.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you understand the golden spiral, it reaches that aspect of it. And if you look at the sine wave, it meets right in the middle of that. I mean, it's perfectly right in the middle when you look it all up.
Oh wow.
And when you look at this one in the center, it's the yin and yang right in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
So
see exactly where your diagram is
like a
pointing out
UFO.
to.
Correct.
Yep, like a UFO. Yep.
Yeah. And then our version of it, because we're put under a almost like a prison thing. The firmament that's over us is has a lines like this,
Yeah.
and then they correlate like this. And there's a stadium out there that represents this because they have to show you what they're doing at all times.
Right.
And then they say there's a window for opportunity, and that's what Mr. Elon Musk is looking for.
Yeah.
That's why his ship's out there, and they're just being denied. Is the turtle Earth? Yeah, exactly. That's what they're talking about because they have surveyed the planet in their
Right.
air balloons, and when they got to the point of understanding that their land didn't look like what they said it did, and it was way different.
Yeah.
It came into play like now you know why it's so far how China is, because I don't think anybody's ever sat and like looked at the ground and like because they don't let you look at it when they're flying. They don't let you look at the whole
Right.
flight.
You
Isn't
don't
that true?
get to see that.
You don't. They always tell you to close the window.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah. So what I got into is here is the Antarctic Circle.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of ley lines here, but if I put this into my, I don't think I even have one out here. You're a sucker. Okay. Well, I'll do that another time. We'll just do the one I've already done. See, now look at this. This is
Okay.
not even anywhere close. Now look at how big Antarctica is.
Yeah, on that map, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how all the maps are different.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy.
And there's Antarctica there, and it's small now.
You know what?
So
We should hold off, John, until tomorrow night.
All right. If you guys want to go to the moon right here.
Yeah. We can continue into this phase of discussion too.
Okay.
Like this could be like the first part of our discussion tomorrow night if you're on early.
All right. What time do you want to get on?
Well, I'm going to get on around 11 tomorrow night. I'll message you before then just to let you know exactly when.
Okay.
So you know, I'm back onto regular schedule. My energy's back to where it needs to be here. It's amazing how a full year you don't realize how much energy you exhaust.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I hope you took a little bit of a break over this holiday too.
I don't even know what I was doing. I forgot it was Christmas.
Hey, well, thank you, John. Man, we'll be on Friday night is our big night for contact. That starts at 11 Eastern. So if you can somehow be on by 11 Eastern, 11 my time is 11:10. That's 2 hours difference. You're in the Mountain Time Zone in Arizona, so you would have to be on slightly before 9 p.m.
Okay, I'll do that, and then I'll probably go live here in about 15 minutes, and then we can probably look at some of this stuff on here, and then we'll get some.
Join John live. He'll be going live. I'm going to be going to sleep, and I want to thank John, my dear friend out west, and working with me on all this stuff. We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate everybody watching our show. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. John Connors is part of our staff. And everybody out there, man, I just got to go to sleep. So take care. Thank you for all the gifts. We'll catch you. We had 112,000 people on the likes here. I love you all. We'll catch you tomorrow night. Take care. John will be going live on his own live. So if you wish to learn more about what John's doing, please do. And everybody have a good night.